Okay, we are live.
Ladies and gentlebots, welcome to today's episode on What's the DD. We are here live with my co-host Jerry. We're about to check out some earnings that are coming in and earnings that have already come in and see how close our predictions are and whether or not you should buy it, drop it, kick it. Who knows what the hell you want to do, but you know what? We're here. We're going to have some fun. We're going to give you some more bullshit advice. And as always, we're not financial advisors. We're here just to make fun of shit, learn shit, and then, enjoy shit. Life, that's what we're here. But it's party day. It's earning days. Hopefully you got your lines of Coke ready and, of course, a few beers. But other than that, we don't condone drugs, so don't do that. That's bad. Sour Skittles is a good alternative. Let's take a look at today's category. Jerry, take it away.
Oh, geez, I should probably tell you what those things are, huh? Okay,
You're
gotcha.
fine. Just break it in.
So,
I got the screen up.
We got earnings. We got a few different things we're looking at on earnings. Mvis, we're going to talk about today. I don't think that they had earnings necessarily, but it is on the list to take a look at. AVT is on the list. Let's see, today at 4 to that coming in. Ford Appl. I also wanted to look at some things that didn't have to do with earnings, but they might have earnings. I didn't check. That's VUZI, ENPH, and HTEC. Those are just conversations that came up earlier, and they piqued my interest, and I wanted to look at it. But when it comes to earnings, we could just go ahead and click earnings on our trusty Benzinga Pro here, and look right here, and we can see all the earnings that are coming in. And the ones that are already done are all
That's
those.
a lot of green for earnings, though.
That is a lot of. Well, no, that's because it's sorted that way.
Hold on a second. Who the hell? Who's that? Don't move. Don't move.
Of what?
So who's the one at 247.83%?
The negative or the positive?
No. The positive on the left. The green.
247. That's Citi. Is that Citigroup?
$701 million.
CIT Group.
The estimate was $658 million for
CIT Group. It's a banking holding company, a financial. Is it Citi? No, it says CIT Group. Operating primarily in North America, it provides financing, leasing, and advisory services. Wait a minute. What the? You got a good point here. Good eye there, Tiger.
Yeah, because, I want to point out that.
What are we looking at? Was that the earnings? That's the surprise. So, yeah, the surprise is not the stock change. That's how much they said it was going to be. So the estimate was 0.71, and then the actual.
That
was the actual
stock since October of last year.
20%.
Has done nothing but go up.
EPS. So that's the surprise the surprise earnings per share is what that is on CIT, which is still, that's great, but it's not the main number. We're looking at that.
We're looking at the 20%, which is 20%. That's still
great.
Good profit.
That 247 is really good though, because,
Well, they offer dividends, so yeah, it's really good.
That's good too. Let's see. That's CIT. You looking to see who these guys are. Let's do a little bit.
Well, let's take a look right here. So it shows right here: finance, major banks, CIT. CIT Group is a financial holding company which provides financing, leasing, blah 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 blah. This is what you read over. So sit.com. E-checking, convenience and confidence at your fingertips. Bank like you want your. That you want with our e-checking account, pay bills. It's a bank. It's essentially just an electronic bank, kind of like it's that one that advertises where there's no financial branches. I think that's probably what we're looking at here.
There's no website?
No, there's a website. It's sit.com, CIT.com. About us. Let's click on that. Turning ideas into outcomes for every century. We are a top 50 U.S. bank that aims to empower people, empower their businesses, their savings, and their communities. So I will tell you this: if they're in the top 50, people do not know this, but there are a very, very large amount of banks, credit unions, and financial institutions in the United States alone. Being among the top 50, that's a pretty big deal.
You know what I already like about these guys is
That
when I go up here to their menu and I look down on the bottom, there's no stock ticker or what they're currently buying.
compared to the other
Mind
one.
Med.
Well, no,
I'm
that's
just
what
saying I
meant.
like that.
If you looked at this company in October of last year, this
Look at the website.
stock has done nothing but gone up since October of last year from what I was looking at.
Down the monthly.
Like there's been some, there's been some dives, but they still have been higher than what it was in October of 20, so it's obviously recovering a bit.
It's past pre-COVID too, which has good and bad points. But if you look at pre-COVID, it had this fall in October 2018 for whatever reason, and it recovered. February. So I mean, it was or September. I guess it began the fall. September to February, it was a rough. Well, September to December was a rough ride for anybody who was in it because this thing had been going up. But what is this? It did it again here.
GameStop, man.
Is it GameStop that did it?
No.
Oh my God, it's possible.
I don't know. Is that March? what is that?
This is back in May? 2015.
Oh, December. Oh, that's way back.
And then this is 2018. And then COVID. The fake out that everybody did in June. So you see this. I don't know if you look at this COVID shot right here, you have the COVID drop in February, like everybody, and then a bunch of stocks. You'll see this June kind of fake out that occurs. It's the same pattern. Like I can't tell you how many stocks I've seen follow this part. It's so weird that this occurred with everything.
Well, I mean, it was the economy as a whole, so I mean, it kind of makes sense.
It doesn't make sense.
But the earnings were reported on this one today.
Let's take a look. Yep. So earnings on this, it was estimated 0.75, and they released earnings of 3.04. Last time they had earnings,
the surprise is actually 305.91%.
Is it? Jeez.
That's quite substantial.
Now, last time it was negative 106%.
So they definitely more than made up for it.
Compared the time before that, it was 852%. What?
How the? You know what? It's a bank. I mean,
so
they print their own money. No, I'm kidding. They don't print their own money. But it.
So last time it got that up to the point of dividends, which is right about there. So let's see. From now until dividends, we have it. Oh, it gives dividends in 2 days from earnings. Or what is that? No, it's not. Am I on the week? I'm on the week. 1, 2, 3 weeks basically, and this thing's going to give dividends. Wow, this is pretty smart.
It's a pretty good, the way I'm looking at it and trading through it's not bad, but I'm looking based off the day rather than the week. And even just looking by day, there's definitely been some dips, but it's just had a good amount of increases since October. There was a high volume back around the 16th of October of 2020, and it looks like people definitely bought it up. And it's just kind of like it hasn't had a huge jump, but it's definitely stayed on a continuous rise, even with the dips that it's had. And with earnings like this, I mean, that makes sense. The previous quarter, maybe not so much, but the previous quarter when it had that negative, it did dip a little, not a large amount, but it did dip a little. So it's I don't know. I know it's not bad. I mean, it's something that, I might want to look at, for future, just because of how consistent they may fall, but this could be a good long-term hold. And I know that's not, a good conversation.
A lot of people are long-term investors. You would probably be an ideal long-term investor. Maybe not. I don't mean to do that in a bad way.
It's because I'm younger than you and I'm going to live longer. So
well, that's the thing. No, that's not true. That's not true. You stop telling lies, man. I'm gonna live forever because one of these biotech stocks is gonna cure me of
We don't
all
even know
my
what's wrong
ails and
with it
woes.
yet, but it's
Oh,
gonna
I
cure.
know. I know what's wrong.
So, given that the earnings, though, I came in, there's not a very large volume today. I'm curious if anybody attempts to drop some tomorrow. Even though, I mean, the stock did drop a little. It looks like, but I mean, the market's still open right now, right? Or did it already close?
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's closed, but it's
5 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
So
it's still giving earnings, and after hour stuff is still going. So this is my guess on this. My guess is I don't think it's going to get up here. This is just what it's done in the past. But right here, I got a feeling. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into this a little bit more. But if I was willing to ride it for like 53 to 57, so I'm probably see what that comes out on the day. Yeah, that's still not bad. I mean,
how's the Mac Daddy look on this thing?
It's a good question. Not good.
Qualcomm off the highs,
but not
144.22.
bad. So it could. It's looking like it may start to go down here, but after this huge earnings and based off of previous what we just looked on a couple on what it does after earning, I don't know, man.
I mean, it definitely could have a rise, but it could be a little bit, let's consider that's back in October. That's when
that they beat by 852, which is
and that's when you definitely would have wanted to have gotten that stock because it was like $20 back then.
So, but it did three
and it's
times
gone up
that.
to around 53. So I mean, that's then it
no, that's what I mean. So if it did three
and
times,
right now it still has a 300% surprise now.
Yeah, and then it had 852.
Even
so
if you're going to put it in a third, as an example,
exactly.
You're still looking at a potential profit of at least a third of what it did previously. So even if you and this is obviously just from an analytical standpoint and just looking at the statistics and looking at the possibility, because this whole thing is plausible, guys.
Just a fucking
keep
guess.
in mind, absolutely a guess, but
right there, that little cross.
If it happens,
that's my guess.
I want somebody to come back. I want them to comment, and I want them to thank me for the advice that we gave.
No, we did not give advice. Damn it. Do not thank us for the advice that we give because we didn't give advice.
We don't give recommendations.
And if you lose the money, don't track him down and string him up in the town square.
We're not financial advisors, but I want you to fucking bend over foot and mouth and thank me for my service. I'm kidding. All right, moving on from SIT because I did
wrong
get us off
on
topic a little bit.
Everything today. All right, moving on.
You have been? All right. Well, let's see.
Maybe not everything, but
I mean, Tesla did drop a little, which is unfortunate, but
did it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I've not
like
been
1.47%.
I need to take a quick peek at this real quick, just to make sure. What the hell?
I don't know.
Oh, freeze right there.
Oh, we're looking at Zom.
Just a quick peek.
Zom it is, buddy.
Nothing crazy happening. I just want to make sure nothing crazy's happening in the after hours here on it. Yeah, after it. So it's okay. I was originally gonna risk this thing all the way down to 70 cents?
POAI,
Yeah.
predictive.
Why?
It's just something that I was willing to do.
That seems like too much of a possible risk.
It was a bad decision that I made. So I readjusted my risk level, and at 105,
so this
I'm
is
getting the fuck out if it hits it.
This is our Canadian businessman friend, right?
No, that's my med.
No.
All
right.
This is Zone.
Right,
this is the pet. This is the veterinary. This is the it's the veterinary company.
All right.
Which does not look good long term. And we said it was going to be a gamble, and then some website came out today at like 11 o'clock, and they said the same thing. It's going to be a gamble. So guess what? A dog sun shines on the ass of a dog sometimes in a day. I feel like,
and it makes your taint warm. Anyways.
Yeah, moving back to something more realistic. There are
something more related to what we're actually here for. So the dog ass looks like kidding.
AMD.
AMD. Oh, did they get everything
is-
updated?
So
Okay,
AMD was a bit of a run today. So it gets.
President Biden to say
wait.
that Wall Street did
I
not
mean,
Never mind.
Let's
See.
there definitely is more volume today now that the earnings have been out.
Well, I mean, look at that. It's following my prediction, which is nice if I had been in it, I guess. I mean, to some degree, it's following it. It's just a fucking line on a chart. You know what I mean? Who knows? And I don't have any prediction past this point. And I don't know. Look at that volume. That's a lot of volume.
It is a lot of volume, but
and it's very red. But here's a good example. This is a red volume bar, a red candlestick, and the stock goes up. It just
no, that's a graph.
Where's my knife? Let's see here. So
Calm down.
AMD does earnings. That was yesterday. Why are we even? Yeah. So it was yesterday.
Yeah, we went over this.
Why are we talking about AMD? On to something else.
Well,
Apple.
It was curious just to see the difference.
Apple's interesting.
Apple's interesting. I mean, okay, no, don't get me wrong. I love my Apple products. An Apple iMac is the best Windows computer.
I hate Apple. I got an iPhone and I don't like it. Sorry, what did you say? It's the best what?
It's the best Windows computer you will ever buy.
What is?
An iMac.
Oh my god. That's it. We're done.
You can partition the hard drive, put Windows on it.
I can partition a drive on my PC.
It is going to be the most durable Windows computer you
when
get.
You say
and
durable, what do you mean?
I mean it's gonna last you for fucking ever.
Bullshit. Sorry.
I have
allergies. I have allergies.
Bless you, fucker.
Fuck your iMac. How about that? This video is not brought to you by Apple.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I would never buy Apple for gaming.
Well,
but if they wanted to sponsor us for financial,
All right, look. You said it's the most durable thing I can run Windows on. How much does it cost? What does it matter? What do you mean durable? That if I kick it, it isn't going to break?
I mean, I don't know why you would kick a computer to begin with.
Oh.
But
I thought I was supposed to do that.
I mean, that's on you. I already have a feeling that you really don't know what you're doing with the computer now. However, estimated earnings, the estimate is 0.99. That they haven't updated yet.
Yeah, but look at what's happening. See, that's the thing is we're waiting on this one. This is something that we gotta watch.
Why haven't they updated?
Look at that. That right there. So earlier today, this thing's just doing what it does. You know what I mean? Like the whole day, it's just like whatever. And then the market closes. Right? And then look at that. Boom. I mean, it's not huge. It's not a huge jump by any means. It's a few bucks though. What is that? 133 up to like.
I mean, post market it was at 137.61, and now it's at 133.58.
Yeah, that's still,
so.
It's still
I mean,
nice,
it's lost some.
It has, but it took. There was a lot of action that happened. That's what I'm talking about. So
clearly.
There's a lot of action that occurred, and earnings haven't come in yet. Now I don't know going back on this what it's done on previous earnings in the after hours. That'd be slick enough to be able to pull all that. But here's earnings where it beats the earnings and it drops. And here's earnings where it beats the earnings and it drops. Here's earnings.
The last
where it
four
beats the earnings
all beat it.
And it goes through the roof. So the last two earnings it beat it and it drops, and then it goes through the roof on the fourth one from today.
That was also in July. When did they?
Yeah, let's see what happened in the last.
When does Apple do their?
Ooh, when it beat it in April, it went through the roof. When does it do their what?
When did they do their Apple bullshit? Their conference about all their stuff.
We can find out. Let's go to apple.com. Oh, geez. Apple.com. Oh, this is their I thought it was a fake site. I clicked on it and I thought, like when you mistype and you misspell a website and it takes you to some bullshit.
So they have a spring event and it's generally in March. So basically in March, towards the end of March, they already had it, but in the end of March they would have gone over all the new Apple products that are coming out this fall.
Is it this?
And
paper thin computer.
And taking into consideration, not only would they have gone over all the new products that are going to be coming out, come April, they immediately updated earnings. They were profitable, and then it jumped.
Yep. So consistently, April and July, at least consistently being one time, we have seen it do that. Let's go back real quick to July. Does earnings and it goes up. April, it does earnings and it beat earnings and it still fell. And that was 2019 though. No, that's still wait. When the hell did COVID start? Apple.
When did it start? November-ish of 2019.
Yeah, but like February 20th
in the
is COVID
States,
for the market.
February 20, yeah.
February 20th is the market COVID. That's when the market and Tom Hanks and everybody said this matters. So,
Saving Private Ryan.
Didn't somebody kidnap him at some point? Or did kidnap Jack Ma? I know that. Maybe he didn't.
Saving Private Ryan, or are we talking about just Tom Hanks in general?
I don't know. Everyone watches Apple. A lot of people play Apple.
So why are we bringing up Apple though? Like other
than
they're
having
the
earnings
action
today. That's why.
I mean, well, they haven't addressed them.
It's an important stock.
Well, let's move on to someone who's given us the information. It is an important stock. It's in the SPY. It's in a lot of those. What are those things again? Like
ETFs.
ETFs. That's it. ET phone home. All right. So.
Okay, so someone
Apple
who's
is in a lot of those ETFs. So,
let's do Yum Brand.
I don't know what that is, but let's do it.
Taco Bell and stuff like that, and I think KFC and.
That's not very good. That's not very good.
But Taco Bell's not very good, or just the company?
I got gas for $1.69 today. Too bad it was at Taco Bell.
That's so stupid. Okay,
it is, but it's an old meme.
Yum Brands. You want to tell us who Yum Brands is?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up with a Yum Brands Incorporated. Let's scroll down here. All right, here comes a mouthful of information. Let's hope it's delicious. Yum Brands Inc. operates as a service restaurant company. The firm engages in the development, operation, franchise, and licenses a system of restaurants. It operates through the following segment: KFC division, Pizza Hut division, Taco Bell division, and Habit Burger Grill division. The KFC division segment comprises of all operations of the KFC concept. The Pizza Hut division segment operates the Pizza Hut concept. The Taco Bell division segment includes all operations of the Taco Bell concept. The Habit Burger Grill division segment includes its worldwide operations of the Habit Burger Grill concept. Great, they all do their own concept. That's all you got to say. Moving on. The company was founded in 1997 and is headquartered in Louisville, Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen.
Louisville.
That's what I said. Loserville, Kentucky.
You said Louisville, and it's Louisville.
Luckyville, Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Loser. Now, when you go to Yum Brand's website, you can see the New York Stock Exchange ticker in the top right-hand side of the website, ladies and gentlemen.
You can see it on Apple's too.
It is right there. It is yum.com.
Apple does the exact same thing too.
Just yum.com. We'll get you right there. You could have just clicked in your search field.
I'm pulling up Apple to show theirs too.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god, they really show it right there.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
It is right there. It is very visible. And it talks a little bit more. We're building the world's most loved, trusted, and fastest growing restaurant brands in partnership with the best franchise operators in the business and the most unhealthiest food we can get for the lowest bottom dollar. That is a weird slogan. I'm kidding. It's not there. But it's I've never heard of the Habit Burger and Grill.
I would just like to point something out. I don't like Apple, right? But when it comes to stocks, I don't care. I'm not a big fan of their stock
CCOI
either, though,
Well,
because it's just
when it
something.
comes to stock, it doesn't matter if you like the company or not. It's
Well, it
do I
does
want
to
to
some
make
degree.
money, and are they making money?
Yeah. Well, it matters if I like the company so it matters if I have a belief in the company, and I believe in Apple. I do.
Yeah.
I am not
So
a fan of Apple. I am I'm a
This is where we
customer.
go back to
Apple logo.
you know, we go back to yesterday when we were talking about Zom and how Jerry did invest in it. It's because he saw one of those ASPCA commercials, and they were talking about those damaged pets, and they're sad. They're sad, but instead of donating to the pets,
I love pets.
he decided,
Oh.
I'm gonna take a risk.
Now I'm the villain.
And I am going to support this company who is helping the pets. So
I have 20 cats.
It was like a donation to himself.
It's about to be a donation if the stock doesn't go up. I'll tell you that much.
I just want you guys to know that that's the type of person he is. He's an animal lover. Now, me on the other hand, I love animals. I will always
the Habit Burger and Grill. Have you been to the
I've
Habit?
never heard of it. I've never heard of it.
Me neither. That looks
and it's
good.
Apparently a
I like the logo.
worldwide franchise as well, though.
Of course it is. It's no place I've ever been.
Yeah, right. Like maybe it's just an East Coast thing or something. Probably somewhere over there in Loserville, Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm in Kentucky, by the way, stream, and I'm gonna have to disagree. All right. I like Kentucky. Kentucky is a great state. It is a wondrous state, and you're just missing out. No shit.
I'm in Idaho, ladies and gentlemen, and I am a potato.
And I love Idaho as well. Idaho would be a
beautiful
potential move. So of these brands, I mean, look, here's the thing. I occasionally will eat KFC. This is true. I will occasionally eat Pizza Hut. This is true. I'll eat KFC probably more often than Pizza Hut because I do Domino's or Papa John's or an actual fucking pizza joint.
Papa John's. There we go. And Pizza Hut. Domino's has been a lot better than Pizza Hut lately. Like I don't know what it is.
Domino's done a great job last few years. Taco Bell.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Taco Bell.
I
love their cheesy grilled chalupa thing. Like that thing is great. But this is my problem with Taco Bell. This is where they went downhill, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys can disagree with me, and I don't even care. This is my reason as to why they suck. They no longer sell empanadas. They haven't for a few years.
They never sold empanadas.
They sold empanadas.
They had empanada. They had the word on their menu that they didn't have empanadas. No. That's why I don't like Taco Bell, because I don't know what it is.
They replaced their empanadas with those fucking Cinnabon Delight bullshit things. So you're gonna get those cinnamony, testicle-sized ball donuts that they want you to eat and enjoy, but they got rid of our empanadas.
Yeah, I don't know.
Off the menu.
I will try the Habit because I haven't tried it before. Taco Bell I get because of other people. Taco Bell is an other person's. Like, there are people in my life or that come across my life that occasionally, let's get Taco Bell. And I don't want to, but I get it. Some people, just are addicted to whatever they sell. My wife likes their something.
And grill is in the U.S. and China.
What the hell?
The spirit of Santa Barbara. So to me, it sounds like it probably started in California.
I guess so. I mean, they don't. I don't.
Where's the pictures of the food?
Yeah, there's no pictures of the food. Like that.
Let's see the Habit Burger. Let's Google
there.
This.
Finally, we have a link. That's what we needed. Me too. Okay, breakfast burger. I like breakfast burgers.
That is actually a pretty cool idea with having these tater tots for the hash browns on that breakfast burger.
I didn't see because the damn slider didn't pause when I leaned over it. I gotta click the pause.
Look at that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm a little afraid of that sauce on the bottom of the bun.
But it looks good.
Well, okay, the egg yolk. Here's the thing, though. This burger is not going to look the way this picture looks. Now we know that, and that's okay.
You know,
if it did, it'd be great. But here's my problem with it, because I know it's not going to look this way. It's got the egg yolk coming through the top, and it's got the sauce on the bottom. A good thing you see it's toasted. If it wasn't toasted, this would be a wreck. But because it's toasted, it's probably still going to be a wreck because the bun's probably, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe this thing's fucking delicious. I don't know.
So the fact of the matter is, I mean, essentially, Yum went up a bit.
They don't have their ticker symbol up here.
They have no, they don't. So Yum did go up. There was about a 1% jump. It looks like they went up $1.16 at the close, and their earnings. They had a surprise. They had a surprise increase in the earnings. They had a 23.21%. The estimate was originally 0.87, and they ended up actually getting 1.07. So they're definitely doing good. In reference to the earnings, and we can see in coordination with that the stock did go up. And I think that it's because of the picture of the food, how it always looks better in the picture, and the commercial. This is why their earnings went up, all right? Go with me on this. You see the commercial. You're freaking starving. You're like, oh my God, that's amazing. But you know what? I can go to my kitchen and I can make that same thing for cheaper. You get to your kitchen, and you're like, oh man, I don't have the ingredients, dude. And then you're like, I'll just go to the restaurant, man. So you go to the restaurant,
surfer?
You buy it. Absolutely, dude. It's that Santa Barbara type aspect.
Yes,
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Roll with that.
Anyways, then I go get me a burger, man. And it's delicious. It looks like nothing like the picture, man. But every time I went up to the counter to order, they were like,
you were too stoned to notice?
They were like, do you want something? And I was like,
do you want something?
Burger, man. And then they were like, and then I was like, no, and then. And they were like, and then. And I was like, no, and then.
I feel you, dog. I feel you. So Yum, here's why this is important. This is why Yum is important.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Professional part.
So, and it's always the same thing, and it's going to be the same thing for a while. And I hate saying it because there's regulations and all this nonsense, but this is the life that we live in too fucking bad. February 20th, COVID. So part of this is, look, there's a lot of people that went, the first thing I did after COVID is we killed drive-through in my family. I outlawed it. It was a fight. It's
still outlawed. In his house, COVID's still like in every fast food restaurant.
6 cents.
Yeah.
Good way to keep your kids healthy, guys.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. That's advice.
I'm going to be running that one for a couple of years. But that's the thing. It's recovery. So I watched this along with a couple others just to see recovery. And so here's a good thing, that the estimate's 0.87 and it reports 1.07. So it beat the estimate. It's doing good, which is a good sign of recovery, kind of. This is not my recovery stock. This is not what I use to gauge the market. Don't ask me why. I use this one. Steaks. Steaks is my recovery. I look at this, and this tells me if COVID is over. This is how I make the decision with my family on whether or not COVID is over. It's based off of the One Group Hospitality Inc. It's science, bitch. This is how I do science.
Is flawed, all right? First of all, they burnt the steak, all right?
What? Do they? I don't think they do. I don't think they do burn the steak.
I'm just saying.
I haven't been.
You know why? Do you want to know why? This is why they burn the steak. If you go to a steakhouse and they're allowing you to order and you're able to request a well done steak, they should decline you and kick you out of the restaurant.
Nobody's doing that. If you're doing that, then you're just too damn elitist. Look, here's the bottom line. If you're eating a well done steak and it's not a crappy ass steak,
what
is for like a breakfast steak, then yeah,
is that an Eggs Benedict?
Yeah, for sure. That's Eggs Benedict.
Fucking amazing.
That does look good. Yeah.
All right, their surf and turf looks like shit though.
What? What are you talking about? What's wrong with it?
It's way too small of a lobster tail.
What? It's the I call them the Mexican lobsters. You get them down in Puerto Nuevo and Lobster Village. They catch them right down there. They're the little lobsters, the little red ones.
Hold on. What the fuck?
What are you talking about? What? All this looks good. What's the problem? And
Oh, guys, I want to apologize for him not knowing his breeds of lobsters and confusing them
I
with
do not know the breeds of
pizzas.
lobsters.
And it just
What
oh my
breed of lobster
god.
is this?
Oh my god. Lobster.
It's lobster?
It's short tail lobster.
Oh, okay. Yeah, which is the ones they catch down in Mexico, right? Little red ones?
Oh.
They catch them by the bundle. Dude, you go down there, you get some lobster, you get some rice and beans, you get some margaritas.
Why the fuck would I want to go like
Oh my god,
outside
dude.
West?
So you never
while
went
COVID
with
is
me
strict?
to Mexico down there.
No, I did.
Oh my god. We go to Papa's and Beers. We go down, we get some lobster. We go down, we get some lobster,
Yeah,
right?
the water, didn't you?
Did I drink the water? I'm drinking margaritas, bro. I don't know what's in it. I don't know what I'm drinking at that point. Tequila with the whistle. Tequila. I'm drinking the Citrones, man. I'm drinking. Actually, I don't drink this when I'm in Mexico because this is my own.
Though. I mean, that's an interesting way to look at it. But anyways,
great,
okay. So
stuff.
you look at this company to
It's my
determine
recovery.
if people have recovered and if COVID's over. And you know, the thought behind this that I get is because it's an actual sit-in restaurant and not a fast food restaurant. However,
Jeez.
I don't know if you could put, you know,
Yeah. So
judge off of this. I mean, I feel
It's
like
not.
you'd be better off using like a hotel stock because that would be, you know, people traveling again, people staying at hotels, like some sort of hospitality suite stock
yeah.
would probably be the best one to go off of. And I'm not referencing something like, you know, like the Radisson or
Right.
you know, Hamptons. Like I'm talking like fucking like Motel 6, like something that like truckers would use
No.
and like
They're using
average
it
American.
anyways. They're using that during
Like,
COVID. They don't
Well,
have a
I
choice.
know,
They don't have a choice.
I know that, but the
This
the
people have a
value
choice
would
to do.
be down because
Do delivery.
of the less amount of people that would be, you know, taking that risk. But that's just my thought. Now it looks like they don't have
They
any
got
of
one in
these
San
near
Diego?
you
What the hell?
in Loserville. But they do have one in San Diego.
Where? I don't remember. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's funny because I don't think I've ever been to this place.
God.
For a while, I was spending way too much money at restaurants.
See, that just looks way too fancy for me too,
That's how
guys.
I got this belly. That's how I got this belly right here from
Yeah,
restaurants.
see, that's definitely
my
like
This is not a stock.
if
but
if I'm gonna go eat steak, guys, I'm going to Texas Roadhouse.
I
Fuck
think
this
this
place.
actually is Cone Restaurants publicly traded?
I don't know.
We gotta check that because big believer in restaurants.
In steak.
No, they're not. I am a big believer in steak because I'm an animal lover. Look at that. Look at that surf and turf right there. What's
I mean,
up?
that one's more
What's
proportionate
up?
because steak is smaller, but the lobster tail is still the same size, so that doesn't really make it any
Because
better.
it's
But
the
that
same kind of
view-
lobster.
But
Oh, look at
but
that view. Look at that view.
Oh my god!
Look at that view.
Where the fuck is this? Like Florida, Chicago?
This is
Like,
San
where-
Diego, bro.
Oh, on the bay, huh? Okay, all right.
This is
all right.
this is San Diego down right across from the airport.
Oh man.
Oh, it's just wonderful. They got the best food. I love this place and the best view, which makes the
The-
food. You could sit here and eat and look at Ruth's Chris, which is just to the left, I think, of these two buildings. Ruth's Chris is over there, and you can look at them and be like, ha 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 ha, because you're looking at that. Look at that skyline.
I'd rather invest in medieval times if it was publicly traded.
It's beautiful. Medieval times. All right,
It's
so
a better-
earnings.
it's a nice one.
Back to earnings. That's my recovery thing that I look at. This is my gauge of recovery.
Tim Cook on the chip
Oh,
shortage
Apple.
Oh, we're going back to
Listen,
Apple. Did
wait.
they update?
primarily
They
the
update?
iPad
No,
and the
listen.
iMac, so
Cool.
we'll have some challenges with those products.
Apple's having a
That's
problem based off of Tim Cook on the conference call because of the chip shortage on their Macs. Yeah, that's why you're having problems.
Right.
Apple.
However, I do want to confirm the earnings are in.
Oh, for Apple? Did
For
I
Apple.
just miss that?
The earnings are in.
Were they in earlier?
And no, they were not. they estimated 0.99 and they actually got 1.4. So there was a surprise increase in profit of 41.93%. And so they're doing good in
Which
reference to the
they
company
beat
is making
earnings
money.
every time, but that's not much. How much is the percentage?
41.93
Okay, that's
for
good.
the surprise.
That's
That's the
good.
additional. So that is good.
That's really good.
And I mean, as to like why it's falling, I mean, honestly, in my opinion, the reason that it probably fell is because one, it took too long for them to get the earnings in, and three, I mean, as shitty as it is, like kind of like when we talked about AMD and then Nvidia and then obviously Apple. I mean, the chip shortage is real, but there's not a lot that you could do about it because it's not like these places that were manufacturing these chips can go and get fucking workers back up and running, because there's a lot of these places where they're getting manufactured often like third world countries, and they just don't have access to
Yeah,
COVID
what's the
stuff.
deal?
So it's like
Is that it? Is the chip shortage? So I have not looked into this. Maybe you've looked into it. What is the chip shortage? Is it because of workers and COVID? Is that why?
That's the only thing I can assume. I haven't directly looked at it. We'll have to like definitely come back at this at a later time. Like we'll have to do like a short YouTube, be like, yo, bitches, this is what's up. We're here at the DD and we found out this is what's happening. It's a government conspiracy. They're taking our jobs.
Okay,
And
so okay.
No.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? If there's a chip shortage due to workers and COVID, then the solution is to bring on the robots. And I think
No. The solution is not to bring on the robots. The solution here is let's promote economic growth in the United States and have a new company come out, pay decent wages, and use American workers to develop it in-house here in the U.S. But that wouldn't really work because most of the manufacturing for these chips are done in China anyways, from Japan. So it's like
I think the problem with the chips, honestly, isn't that they're manufactured there. So okay, I guess
it's probably just
robots
workforce,
can't do it. You need the tiny hands, right? Whatever. Here's the thing.
If it's a robot, don't you control the size of the hands that you're building on the robot?
I guess. I don't know. This is what I do know. I'm a big believer in the resurgence of American manufacturing. And I think that it is key to us as a country, because us just being a consumer nation is insanity. It's insanity. It really is. And it's hubris is all it is. So, but I don't think that American manufacturing is going to come back in the shape of American jobs as much. Maybe there's jobs, but it's not going to be American people on the line. That's not going to be the big push. It's going to be robotics. It's going to be American. It's going to be automation and American manufacturing. It's an eventuality and it's going to happen. But even if we do that, the things required to make the chips, they're in China and Africa. The rare earth minerals aren't here.
Yeah, that's true too.
Found them anyways.
And obviously, the cost of like bringing the stuff over and then doing it wouldn't make any sense, especially from a profitable standpoint for any company. But I did double check. So initially, the problem was only temporary for a delay in the supplies as the factories were shut down when the coronavirus pandemic first hit. However, although the production is back to normal, a new surge in demand has basically been driven by, obviously, everybody working from home, the change in habits, like basically
stimulus money, and everybody's buying an iPhone with
and
it.
Everybody's buying. So basically, essentially what it is yes, COVID, and I know we don't like that topic, but yes, COVID is definitely the primary reason for the shortage.
Yep.
But then also consumerism. I mean, is that what we want to say? Like there's too many people that are wanting the same type of items, and because there was not a stock previously, and now that the stock is coming, is why there's such a fucked up amount of supply and demand. Like the demand is through the roof, and the supply just can't keep up.
And cryptocurrency.
I mean, realistically, especially for the people that are mining,
cryptocurrency went from 12,000. Bitcoin went from 12,000 to 60-something thousand, like 68,000 or something crazy at its height just recently. You're telling me, and it takes semiconductor, or at least the same materials required. I don't know what it takes to build these damn miners.
I mean,
there's no U.S. built miner that I'm aware of. That was the whole thing with Kevin Leary and him wanting to do U.S. based miners. It's still built out of China?
I don't know. I mean, I can say this though, that based off the information I'm looking at, I mean, GM in general is projecting to take a $2 billion profit hit because of the shortage of chips.
I thought they said they had the shit under control. Who's projecting that? Is it GM
Obviously
projecting
not.
it or somebody
GM.
else? Who are you reading it from? Where are you reading that?
The Onion News Network.
Are you serious, you motherfucker?
No, I'm kidding.
Where are you reading it from? Where'd you get your information from? Where?
TheGuardian.com.
Yeah, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's a fucking Guardian. If GM says it, sure. Okay, I'll buy it. When GM comes out with earnings in a week or so, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, baby, we'll see what they say.
Let me clarify.
It's going to be down.
That doesn't mean that the business is not going to have a profit. They're just not going to have as much of a profit. That's all.
They're going to beat earnings. GM's going to beat earnings. Look at that.
What, you think it's going to be going up?
Yeah. Okay,
going down,
so check it out.
Staying the same. I mean, this whole stream.
It's going to go up.
Just so you guys are aware, this is nothing but earnings talk. We're looking at different stocks. We're looking at the earnings. We're looking at what was reported, what it's doing, how it's doing, what the fuck, how we were right, how they were wrong, how we're not financial advisors, so don't take our advice. But we are right, bitches. All right, continue.
Okay, so here's just looking at a quick outlook, right? So we're going to bring COVID back into the picture because he's like that really shitty friend you have, but you have to talk about him.
I don't want to talk about him anymore.
Sorry.
I hate him.
I do too. He's an asshole.
He's the worst cousin ever.
Is even COVID a guy? Yeah, probably. Anyways. All right, so check it out.
It's a gender neutral name.
This is July 2020, and they have earnings. This is what's important. Not what they actually do with the earnings, but their estimate is negative 1.77 in July 2020. Okay?
Okay.
And they did beat the earnings back then, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is,
well, they beat the negative, but yeah.
But they had an estimate of 1.38 in November of 2020. So now we got sales from summer, basically, or fall, I guess, right? So into summer to fall, sales coming out, and they're estimating 1.38. And it went up. It was 2.78, okay? COVID's still going strong during this period of time, right? Now, wait a minute. Let's see. Now we got February 21, okay? Their estimate was 1.6, and they actually came out with 1.93. So they beat it again. But it's not that they beat it. That's not the thing. It's 1.93 and it's 2.78 and it's 1.05. So if you even take the chip shortage into consideration and you take into the fact that they've completely retooled their shit. You know what I mean? They're doing batteries, flying cars, and all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? Things have changed. And it was already changing, but things have changed now. Here's what it is.
The flying cars, guys. Estimate, they will be death of you.
The estimate is low. COVID, whether going away or not going away, or I'm getting mixed messages all over the map, based off of stocks, based off of the CDC. I don't know what the hell's going on, but this is what I do know. I've never followed the news for my impression of COVID, and in my general region, I am more laxed currently on it. Now, keep in mind. Way before any of you motherfuckers were wearing masks, my house went into lockdown. Full-blown fucking lockdown, right? And when the CDC came out the first time and said wear a mask, my house started wearing masks. Way before anyone was wearing masks. The CDC said wear masks, and nobody was wearing masks. You know how embarrassing it was in the beginning to wear a mask in a fucking store in Kentucky?
Honestly, I don't really care how embarrassing it is.
It was embarrassing.
I just want to point out, I still wear a mask when I have to go out to the store, or even when I have to go and check the mail at the post office. And the reason for it is because just to give you guys a clearer picture. Again, slightly off topic. I apologize. I am right on the border of Idaho and Washington. Washington was hit so fucking bad.
One of the first locations.
And they are still having issues. And the problem I have with it, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, Washingtonians are stupid because they decided, oh, our governor said we can't go into restaurants, we can't go anywhere. Let's drive to Idaho. We're right next door. Let's go and have a party
Well, you
over
were
there
literally
at the restaurant. And I'm like, no.
the bulk
our
of the
restaurants were
people
telling
in your
them no as well.
region are on the Washington side, though. If you take the population into account, 70% is on the Washington side within a 60-mile radius.
More than that, because realistically, I look at it this way: at least 50% of the people that live in Spokane, Washington, and Spokane, Washington, I think has like over 300,000 people
really?
or something. Yeah, it's actually fairly large.
I used to work at a steak restaurant there. You look that up. I'm gonna go grab a beer.
You grab a beer and then I'll get so 217,000. Oh wait, yeah, 217,000 as of 2019. Now 200,000 people. So half of them. We're just going to estimate 100,000 people from Spokane specifically travel to Idaho, city right next door to Spokane, for work. Even during COVID, some people had the opportunity to work from home. Some people didn't. Same thing happened. All the people in Idaho that worked in Washington, and you're looking at, what's a population of?
Mic on.
See, not nearly as bad. Only like 50,000 for the population of the city that I'm like right next to. Now, with that in mind, you still basically have 50% of that population and 50% of this population crossing each other every day for work, for those that didn't have the option to work from home. If you want to be more statistical, you could probably get away with saying only 40% of each. And then you had the idiots that decided that, they're going to ignore the mask and they're going to come out here. So yes, COVID is still a really big thing where I'm at. And this is why I don't go anywhere, guys. I'm here to hang out with you guys, and we're here to talk about these stocks and these earnings. And this is why we bring up, why Jerry brings up earnings.
Yes,
and how he looks at the restaurant. Who orders the well-done steak? Who orders the rare steak? Who gets the fuck out of our restaurant?
Okay, look,
this is why.
Okay, if we can go back to the restaurant and well-done steaks. Look, let's be clear. Let's be 100% clear. 100% clear right now. All right. I just want to
kindly but firmly ask them to leave.
So yes, exactly. You got it right. 100%. I would never order. But also, if I got a shitty piece of meat in my fridge or some nonsense like that, and I want to make some like steak and eggs or some nonsense, yes, okay, yeah, it may cook well done. But look, that is not well done, okay? And if you ask for that well done, they're probably going to cook it well done. It's possible they would. I will tell you this: the waiter will probably do their best to explain to you that it should not be done. And you may, I bet that would happen. That's my guess. But if you said, cook it well done, they're probably going to cook it well done because you're paying for the fucking steak, right? And if I go to the restaurant with 5 people, say I go with a family, right? I go with my family and there's 5 people, and one of them, let's say you come along and go, I want my steaks well done. That's the only way I eat steak because I'm from Idaho. And
ketchup.
With ketchup on it. And if you said that, you're telling me I can't go to this restaurant with the 6 people because I got one person hanging along.
I'm not telling you that you can't go to that restaurant. I'm just telling you that one member of your party would be asked to leave.
No, but then you couldn't go to the restaurant ever again. So they're not having that.
No, you could still go. No, I know they're not having it.
How much is that?
It's just a joke. But outside of that, though, I mean, still, if you are wanting to base the increase of the stock value and how profitable it is since COVID,
They got
I still think
It's a great price. They got great price.
$42 for a 10-ounce skirt steak. That's a great price. Shit,
No,
I
that was
can do
48
that on my
for
plate.
that was 48 for a filet mignon and 38 for or 36 for the lobster tail on top of it. It's a good restaurant. It's a very nice restaurant. The food is amazing.
No.
You got great wine and the view is $1 million. I'm telling I'm
No.
gonna take you.
Olive Garden's got
we're gonna
great
go to
wine.
San Diego. I'm gonna take you. And
Olive Garden's got great wine.
I'm not gonna take our cousin. Olive
You're
Garden.
not gonna take our cousin.
Last time I took
That's
him.
fair. That's
Last
fair.
time, hey, no, I've taken him. We went out to a few places and it went well. It went well. But
Which cousin?
this place, I bet if we go there, like they would cook you a well done steak. They would do that for you, but
I wouldn't want one. I'm not gonna order it.
I hope to God not.
My brother here tells me you guys have the best well done steak.
Oh my God! I called that company up. I called them up when I moved to Kentucky, and I forgot what it was.
The steak place?
The Island Prime. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I called up Island Prime one day when I got out here because I had something. I forgot what it was. I can't remember. I was having a problem wanting to cook something. I lost you. Are you alive? Can I hear you?
Hold on.
Okay, it's just I lost video. So
yeah.
So I called him up because I was trying to cook something. I forgot what it was. I honestly I cannot. Oh my God, your camera's loose. Should I carry your stream or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Is that a thing of propane? What the hell?
A thing of propane? What?
I'm tripping.
No, it's not a thing of propane.
I need to buy propane. Could you remind me to buy propane? Anyways. So I called him up. I asked him how they cook something or something technical about something that I got there and I forgot what it was. And they said call back in like 30 minutes or something. They put me on with one of the chefs and dude walked me through the whole process.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. And you got to understand, first off, that's probably my favorite restaurant, if not one of my favorite restaurants.
I don't know of any restaurant that would actually be willing to do that, though, even here locally.
Oh my God! Whoever it was who owns the company and is involved in it, and I think it's like a lady or something. Look, I don't know who it was, and maybe it wasn't a chef. Maybe it was just like a busboy who walked me through it and said some stuff. Nobody should get in trouble for this information. I don't want anybody to get in trouble because they hooked me up, man. And I hooked it up afterward. So back to earnings.
Hey, you know what? That's a good story though. So yes, I can understand liking that restaurant. So Boeing. Ooh, I see Boeing on there. And AMD again. How's Boeing doing?
Boeing was before the market opens. Was that today or? Yeah, I think Boeing's already out. So let's see. Boeing's an interesting company, right?
Absolutely.
Boeing has
for
one
me,
of
it's
the
more
largest
local than you, but
yeah, it's extremely more local for you than me. But Boeing is also one of the largest manufacturing plants in the United States. It is no longer the largest. It was, but they've been surpassed by both the Goodman, which is owned by some Chinese company now. But Goodman has had the largest manufacturing plant, and now I believe it's GM or somebody else. And at one point, GM was for their battery factory.
They took almost a 3% dive today.
Yeah, but Boeing is one of these ones that. So Boeing can go up on a variety of reasons. Let's see what they did.
Wow.
On earnings.
They did negative.
That's pretty bad too.
Yeah, they were estimating almost one.
It's a substantial difference in. It's still not. I mean, too much of a loss.
You have to take into consideration what is Boeing well known for?
Oh my God,
planes.
That's substantial.
And not only is Boeing well known for planes, but who was buying those planes? The airliners. Who went bankrupt because of COVID? The airliners.
No, the cruise lines are going bankrupt. The airliners
the
airlines will not go bankrupt. What airline went bankrupt?
There are a lot of airliners that went bankrupt.
What airline?
Specific names, we'll pull them up.
In America?
But
no.
Yes.
When?
U.S. based, like the small ones, and the reason being is because they were not able to actually offer the flight, and they ended up having to actually provide returns, and they didn't.
They don't count.
returns.
They don't count.
You know what? It's a well done airline. Okay, all right.
Oh my
And
God,
it
it
comes
definitely
with
doesn't
ketchup.
count. We politely yet firmly ask them to leave, Bobby.
Get out of our cockpit.
I'm gonna have to ask you to politely.
So looking at the earnings for Boeing, that's a bummer. Because
It's
obviously
not too bad. Looking at the last one, look at that.
No,
Look at that.
looking at the last one. That's definitely
Look at the last
way
one,
better.
and look at what the stock
almost
did.
800%. Yeah,
And look at what
and
the
it still
stock
went
did.
up. Yeah, weird, right?
Jeez, here's the thing about Boeing, right? We go to war, right? You know we fired shots, right? With Iran. Is that how you say it? So, like Iran's out there, the Navy's out there, and like the ships are moving around, and we're like, boom, boom, and fired off some missiles. Like, get back, bitch! Like that's what we do now, because the war machine. You would think the war machine would come on during the Democrats, but that's one thing I will have to say about Trump and the Republican administration over the last 4 years. We were not the normal war machine that we have been in the past. Not the one that we were under Bush and not the one we were under Obama, because they weren't too dissimilar. But now that Biden's back, we're going to be looking at Raytheon. I'm going to be looking at Boeing. I'm going to be looking at the war machine because...
So what's that company for that drone I sent you? No.
Yeah, the drones are coming. I don't have the link. Where's the link out of the drones? While we talk about Boeing, okay.
Yeah, since we're on the topic of war machines, Boeing, and then the reason why that even if the stock was to do bad, this company would be fine is primarily because
Kill the sound.
You
can't full screen. Okay, you can't full screen this stuff.
Just like
how do I mute this?
It's large enough.
How do I work TikTok? Nonsense. Anyways, look at how small that is. Really? You can't get a mobile app to a desktop application in a better form than this? Then you're either one just trying to be some kind of elitist nonsense company, or you just can't get it right.
Shaped explosives.
You know what? I'm going to stop this because look, this is not even from TikTok. This is an old video. It's been out for a long time, and it is drones attack presenter and audience or some shit like that. Where's that? Where's he at? Already.
Scroll up.
Fucker, how is that not on there? It's probably because I can't spell the main thing. See, someone else should be doing this. You talk, and I'm going to look for the video. Oh my God, I can't look at this shit. This is so disheartening.
Basically, what we are looking at is the fact that the drone is smaller than the palm of your hand and has the ability for facial recognition and has shaped explosives to where once you plug in the details of your target, it eliminates your target without the risk of using nukes or large, carbon footprint, so to speak, ecosystem damaging explosives and chemicals and whatnot, because now it's efficient. It's an efficient killing machine. You can make a large amount of them, and they can go in and take out half a city at the cost of $25 million.
Yeah. And these are not real, by the way. This is pure bullshit. However,
the idea
swarm technology with robotics is not. Swarm technology with robotics is not a fake thing. It is a real technology, and it exists. And I will give you a better example since you've seen this video. This is some presenter. He shows it. They're showing how this thing can come and just kill anybody and assassinate them, and it's a bunch of nonsense. But what is real, is
you.
I'm going to get in trouble going to the wrong, whatever. I'm old man. He's searching like an old man. Swarm drone hologram. This is real. This. Guinness World Records. Ray, good for you, Guinness World Records. Oh yeah. Box.
Look, confidence, bud.
Holy shit, is that Jack Black?
No, it's not Jack Black. What the?
I don't know, bro. He's got Jack Black hair going on. Look at this. Now this. So swarm technology with drones is pretty crazy. This is obviously not using AI, right? This is just using Swarm in general. But have you seen this or any of these?
No, not offhand.
So this is one of the scariest things, I think, for the future. So without getting biblical on your ass, right? Without getting Samuel L. Jackson up in here.
Ooh, pretty.
One day in the not far future, in fact, technology pretty much exists already, you could see a face in the sky, be it an alien, God, or whatever that might be. And you may believe it, because if you didn't know those were drones, like that's not believable. What you're looking at right there, this is not the best. When is this video? They're all blue lights. Nonsense.
You already don't like the demonstration that you're using.
Because
this is great.
Because
this is great.
There's only like one or two of them actually doing it the way I'm saying, and it's fucking scary, man. It's some scary shit. What they can actually do with these things is just insane. Yeah, see, this is just lights, whatever. The point is, imagine that being just like an 8K TV basically in the sky.
I can see Disney doing this shit.
Oh, for sure. I'll tell you one thing, I hate Disney, but they had the absolute best fireworks show I have ever seen in my life.
But this would eliminate the need for fireworks. Like, this would be more cost effective for them and better for the environment.
Is it better for the environment?
It would be, especially if it's something using like a rechargeable lithium-ion battery. They'd be able to use it for years.
These little mini drones. And so military application wise, and that's what that other thing was showing, you're looking at what? Who's using swarm drones? Raytheon, maybe?
Amazon.
Amazon will. So that's the fear, right? This is the fear of, I think I was right. Look at that. I was right. Oh my God. I did not look at that. The locust. Oh, shit, so scary. So scary.
Low cost UAV swarm technology.
Yeah, UAV now. Put a laser on that shit. See what happens.
Oh, and this was, mind you guys.
2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is five years
so
ago,
scary.
right?
Man, I'll tell you want to see some scary ass shit? Go to DARPA's page and take a look at the videos from the companies bidding for contracts before they go private. Because while they're in the bidding phase and they're soliciting DARPA, the videos are public record. And then when they get bids, sometimes after that point, the videos get deleted once the contract gets taken up. That shit'll scare you. So yeah, I guess that's one way to get the drones moving fast.
I mean, this is a really shitty video.
Looks like a bunch of pigeons. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, like...
What's this video about? Pigeons? I don't know what's happening here. Look, bottom line is Raytheon makes drones.
Right.
The shit's scary. And
bottom
one
line,
day, if Jeff Bezos loses his shit and he takes all those drones that are delivering your next day or same day Amazon Prime, the same day Amazon Prime packages, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, that's what's going to happen. See him? And that's Jeff Bezos. He's up there like, everything's cool, bro. Don't worry about it. Next thing you know, drones killing you or whatever it is they do.
To clarify as well, Amazon's earnings come tomorrow, guys and girls. So we'll probably look at it again when it comes up, because now that we've talked about the storm, now that you've been warned about Skynet and the fear of what Amazon could do to you, obviously this is all, not real, because we don't want the government and Amazon to know that that we know what the fuck they know that we know they're doing. All right?
Yeah.
Right? Just put your tinfoil hat on for a moment. Don't let anybody know that that we know that they know that they don't know that we know that we know. All right? And we'll see what the earnings do tomorrow, because some of you might get paranoid as fuck. And the only way to fix it, retail therapy. Let's go shop on Amazon.
Retail therapy. Hey, how old were you?
Want to be in their good graces, like as Jerry mentioned earlier, and I apologize for interrupting you. Not to be too biblical, but if you're going back to the story of Moses and they're putting the blood of the lamb on the window, you want to have that Amazon Prime delivery because it is the blood of the lamb.
Oh my God.
preventing
No.
those drones from getting you.
That's so bad. No. I'm just talking about the idea of a false messiah showing up in the sky, bro, or an alien. Jeez, you're talking about marking the doors with blood for the Passover. No.
No.
I'm not going there.
I'm talking about how purchasing from
I'm a
Amazon
Trappist, motherfucker.
brings you into the. Sorry, that was a bit far. But anywho, moving on.
So Amazon or Boeing. So Boeing wins if the war machine turns, if the war machine starts moving, if the war pigs, what is it? Anyways, yeah. So if the war pigs start going, then Boeing goes. If the recovery comes in and the airlines get a bailout, which is probably not going to be talked about for a little bit. So if the airlines got a bailout, right? You're looking at general public recovery. You got the chip shortage for the automotive industry. They're going to touch on that. They're going to go to unions. Then they're probably going to bail out all the people on their government or on their student loans, which really isn't a bailout for the student loans. It's a payment to the banks who are owed the money for your student loan. So it's bailing them out, which means the student loan bailout is technically another bank fucking bailout. And so they'll do that.
Because technically, a good majority of those loans were from the federal government loans, from
but
the
ran
federal
through a bank.
government.
But held through a bank.
Yeah, but it's basically like the government's giving a bailout to bail the government out. It's
at a percentage. No, but it's worse because they get a percentage increase, and the Fed, which is the Fed is also a private organization. The Federal Reserve is a private organization, and they're going to be doing it. And IRS, oh my God, the news today, Biden says he's going to put like 83 billion or some shit into the fucking IRS, or 83 million or some crazy nonsense to fucking basically audit people. From what I heard, when I heard he was going to put all that money in, immediately I thought, oh my God, they're going to audit everybody. They said they're going to audit the rich, but we'll see about that shit. They're probably, if they're auditing the rich, then the people who are auditing the rich can now audit the poor, which means we're all getting audited, because Biden is now going to audit everyone and make sure that if you owe money on your taxes, you got to pay that cheddar baby to pay for the bailout of all the other shit.
That school lunch you used to get back in '77, and how your parents used to claim you to get it for free. We're taxing you on it. Thanks. Great. Have a good day.
Yes. To pay for all the new stuff, to pay for, which they haven't even brought up yet, but to pay for the forgiveness of all the student loan debt, because the forgiveness of student loan debt is going to forgive you, but at the expense of everyone else. And I'm not against it or for it. I'm just
the same thing goes for me. Like, I'm not against it and for it. However, I do see the advantages and the huge disadvantages. But I'm purely just like, if shit's going to happen, it's going to happen. I mean, it's out of my control already. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it unless, if the Senate was publicly traded.
Yes, that's not a bad fucking idea. I'll tell you what, that might be the best idea I've ever in my life heard you say, and that's not a slight against anything you've ever said. It just is a point that is a great fucking idea. So, Boeing, if the war machine turns, it goes up, right? If and when and most likely, in my guess is somewhere between 8 months to 12 months from now, Biden puts forth that it would have to be after July, so he's got or during July, so it'd have to be either during or after his infrastructure plan. He bails out the airlines, which he will, because they'll fight on their own merit, just like the automotive industry did under Obama. They fought under their own merit for a while, if I remember correctly, and then they got bailed out, right? The ones first, you got to shave off the losers. The low-hanging fruit gets gobbled up, which means we're going to see airline mergers. You're going to see that coming up. 8 to 12 months. This is my prediction. I'll put it in the video because I can't write it on here because it wouldn't make any damn sense. Airline mergers, because airline bankruptcies, airline mergers, airline bailout, right? And at that point in time, war machine, Boeing stock goes up. Airline bailout, Boeing stock goes up. Recovery, and airlines are taking more flights, they buy more planes, Boeing goes up. All of these different things, Boeing goes up. What makes it go down? What? I guess COVID. Look at that.
I mean,
You know what,
essentially, because I'm looking back as far as February of 20, and the stock took a huge dive, like
you know what
almost
happened?
$100.
Was that right there? Was that March
More than $100.
2019? Is that when the crash happened?
March 18th, 2020 is when it dove
That's COVID.
straight down.
That's COVID.
Yeah.
That's the entire world. All stock market dives March 20th, and it rises in June on a fake jump.
Yeah.
All stocks.
But
This
could
is
you
the date.
imagine? Man.
February 28th. Wait, is it February 28th? February 28th, 2019, Boeing stock
specific
begins to fall.
I mean,
Look at this.
based
Boeing.
off what I'm looking at, maybe around the 13th of February, but yeah.
Let's look at it different. Let's look at it on a month chart. God, where'd it go? There it is.
It gone.
Go. It's gone. Saturday. All right, so here we go. Here we go. The very highest point is March 2019. February and March 2019. And then after that, it falls. That's not COVID. Now, my guess is the reason why is because of, I don't know if you remember, but there was an airline crash that occurred. And it was a small country. It was like an Indian country or something.
Indonesian plane or something, or Malaysian Airlines.
Something like that.
Malaysian Airlines.
When it first came out, and I don't know if this is it or not. It might be a different date on this. But when that crash first came out, they blamed it on the software. Let me rephrase that. Today, looking back, they blame it on the software that they fixed. When it first happened, and this disappeared a month after it. When it first happened, what you heard in the news was, and what was actually the story was, I hope nobody kills me for saying this, because I feel like this got buried somehow. Here's my tinfoil hat.
Princess Diana shit coming up here. Get ready.
This is some creepy shit, bro. So Boeing had like software on their planes, is my understanding, and I could be completely off my fucking rocker, and I most likely am. But they had like software on their planes, and you had to pay additional for better software. And it turns out the software that you get, like the freeware for the fucking Boeing planes,
for the black box,
caused the fucking crash. But if you would have paid extra. This is horrible. It's a horrible thing to laugh at. Why am I laughing at this? Oh my God. This is what it does to you. This is what it does to you. It makes you horrible.
It's not that you're laughing at it. It's the irony of the fact that there's a lot of companies that will give you a free software that with the purchase of their product, because they know that software is shit, and you're gonna have to turn around and continue that consumerism and buy it from another company.
Not one that kills people.
No. When something like that happens, it should be coming standard. It shouldn't be costing extra for that actual benefit.
And it was talked about, and that was the thing. And then there was a government hearing about it, and they went to Congress about it, and there was all this shit that went down about it. And somehow, after all of this, that's not the conversation anymore. The conversation was, is Boeing fucked up and their software was bad and they fixed it. But what really happened is shortly after that, they allowed the actually, maybe not the paid version, but all the shit that fucking was broken in the free version to go in the rest. And how the hell isn't it? Like, isn't the plane, look, it's a fucking tube of metal and it's in the sky. Just give me the fucking best. Give me the best of the best. I don't want any options. I don't want a well-done plane.
This is why I don't fly.
My God, I
like it's not that heights are an issue. It's my trust in humanity is an issue.
I have no trust. Actually, I do trust humanity. I just don't trust them to do the right thing.
No,
that's the problem.
That is the problem.
With that being said, Boeing stock go burr. Boeing stock's gonna go up, no matter what. No matter your feelings on the situation. Now, they had a really bad mistake, and then they had COVID come after that, and so they had some serious problems, but they're out of it. They're out of it, and earnings says A little bit worse. It's not bad.
I mean, but it's not
bet it goes up.
nearly as bad as the last one.
I bet it goes up. It's gonna be a long run.
I don't know. I like with this one. I'm
gonna make a prediction.
All right, make the prediction, and then we're gonna move on because Boeing's boring.
You move. Wait, do you don't have the list? I didn't send you.
I don't have the list. And that's fine. That's fine. So let's make this prediction.
All right. Do you see any
my
earnings?
opinion. All right, guys, take this financial advice. Don't take this financial advice. Come on, we're not financial advisors. I don't like it. That's me. I don't like it.
That's as far as I'll go.
That's how much you assume that it may go up before it goes down?
No, I'm not thinking it's going to go down. But it'll follow. You know what I mean? But if we look at it on a month basis, let's take that and go down to a week and see what that looks like. That's what it's going to be like. If I put money here, it'll go up and it'll go down.
Won't.
It'll follow this line and go up and go down. But it'll ride. I'll always have the point of this line to be able to get out if I need to. So if I get in here, even if it goes down, if I get in at 139, even if it goes down, it's only a matter of time till it's 242. And if it takes longer to get there, then it'll be 246. And if it takes longer to get there, it'll be 253. So if I put my money here and I end up being a long-term investor in Boeing, unless they do something stupid like put fucking shit-ass software in their fucking planes and try and do that nonsense, I would like to say they've learned their lesson, but I don't know.
This is a long-term that I wouldn't touch, though. I'm just saying.
If I had to be a long-term investor in this, I would not. But the Mac Daddy says it's time to go down for that.
Yeah.
Mac Daddy says it's overbought. But whatever, I still would be comfortable with it over the course of the next couple months. I don't want to invest in this. I don't. But if I reevaluate this later and looked at it and decided I was going to get in to try and grab it at 239 and get out at, I don't know, maybe a real optimistic viewpoint of 268 or some stupid thing, which I know is not going to happen, but it actually could, because it's probably actually looking at it, you're looking at more like this kind of jump. Looking at kind of something like that that's going to go through it. So that's a tough gauge. Low. I wish I could copy this thing. And high. And I wish I would have left my originals. Son of a bitch. And high. Sorry. And there. It's going to float through that. And that line, I'm pretty comfortable that I'm going to catch back. That's a pretty fucking wide range, though. What's next? You know?
We've been over this.
Do you have earnings on anything? No?
No.
Brands, Apple, AMD, we already covered. Shopify? Did they finish? Did they come out with their earnings yet? Are we late on Shopify?
Oh, we're probably late on everything if they were already late to begin with. So, I mean, who knows?
To think so. Oh, they went up pretty good today.
Yeah. Drop shipping. It's insane. Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Almost an 11.5% gain at the close and the earning.
Let me get to today. That might help. The week is really nice. Looks like
March of 20 COVID was the time to invest in this stock.
Yeah. At the time of the COVID drop was the time to invest for quite a few people, quite a few stocks. This one follows its normal path and didn't care as much about it. But
this normal path, though, but the reason for this specifically with Shopify is that this is 100% online. This has no like physical conglomerate store. Like there's nothing that puts you at risk in reference to COVID
the
physically by going in here, because
Shopify was a service for brick and mortar stores.
Toilet paper when it was needed. Okay.
Shopify was offering services to companies who sold toilet paper and people who sold lawn gnomes.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have that many lawn gnomes, man. Jeez.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, that was, I don't know. Tell us a story, lawn gnome. Tell us a story.
How you doing today, buddy?
So, here's the thing. Shopify is like, it appears, it would seem that Shopify should be like a guaranteed thing, right? Like, no matter what happens, COVID happens, doesn't give a fuck. COVID doesn't happen, doesn't give a fuck.
I don't want to say that it's one that doesn't give a fuck, but this is one that, even with COVID in mind and looking at the past history with this and people, the way people continue to go right now, even right now, more and more people are sticking with online over in-store options. So this realistically can only continue to rise in reference to profit of the company. Does that mean that it's going to be a great gamble for you? No, not necessarily. However, it could be a good long-term investment on this one. It really could be.
For sure. I don't see why.
I mean, if you went back a year and had invested in this when it dropped back in March, I mean, you're looking at like a $350 stock, which at the highest point within this past year, you could have sold it for up to $1,500.
So Shopify's tricky. So what's the other one that Kroger uses? Mentioned it last night.
That Kroger uses.
No, what's the name of the company you mentioned that does drop shipping?
Instacart?
Instacart. So Instacart and Shopify.
Instacart for groceries.
Very similar companies, right? I mean, even if they don't say they're similar companies, they're similar companies. Shopify Inc. operates a cloud-based...
It's not publicly traded, is it? I don't think so.
Instacart? Oh. Anyway, so I'm going to keep reading this here. So they operate a cloud-based e-commerce platform designed for small and medium-sized businesses. Its software is used by merchants to run businesses across all sales channels, including web, tablet, mobile. Okay, Shopify is a company, like Instacart is a company that allows another individual or company to implement e-commerce sales for their company. Now, you could probably just create your own e-commerce site, but Shopify allows you to use their basic template, basically. They're like the Wix of fucking e-commerce. They're like WordPress of e-commerce.
Everything.
Yeah, they're set up. They're ready to go. They've taken care of a lot of the bullshit, and it's easy for a lot of people to use. So I've never used Shopify. I've never used Instacart. However, they would be, if I was trying to sell somebody an e-commerce site, cold calling, then they would be a somebody that I would have to actually have rebuttals for, right? However, are they going to continue to do good? I don't know. So here's the other thing, like this long-term growth.
Like I mentioned,
where they at?
This long-term growth, honestly, it could really only level out. I really don't see.
It can level out.
See an area where it's going to drop. So mentioning, it's an easy, and easy could be the wrong term, but it's definitely one of those. If you want a long-term option compared to the short, quick options that we look at for those 5% returns, Shopify has decent stats, and taking into consideration the amount of use, and not only the amount of use, right? All right, check this out. Go on YouTube, right? Look up Shopify dropshipping. Just Shopify dropshipping on YouTube as an example.
What am I looking for when I do that?
YouTube.
No, what am I looking for? What's the result I'm looking to see?
The amount of views on the videos.
Sure. Yeah, no, probably a lot, which I don't think attributes to their success ratio. I think it attributes to their
definitely
success
doesn't.
ratio
It does not
for the general consumer and small entrepreneur.
Does not mean that it's successful. But what it means is you had
Shopify dropshipper. Is that what you said?
Drop shipping. Yes. Now, if you have a video that has, let's say, 100,000 views, right?
5.6.
And okay. So 5.6 million on that one, 129,000 on that one. So if we're looking at this, 129,000, and let's say, just as an example, 50% of that 100,000. So we have 50,000 people do the 2-week free trial with Shopify. Forget to cancel that 2-week free trial, get charged because they're using the Shopify services. Their company doesn't do well, or let's just say, another 50% doesn't do well. So 25% of them stop using the services after a month or two because, this wasn't a get rich quick scheme like I, was hoping. The company Shopify is still profiting because they have that monthly charge that goes to that merchant, regardless of how well that merchant is doing or not. It's simply for them using the services. They are providing a service that the merchant cannot go without. A web address. They even sell URLs for the web address. They also give you, as you mentioned, the template. They give you payment methods so that you can do things for accepting payments through regular credit cards as well as even PayPal. Gosh, it sounds like an advertisement for Shopify. They're not sponsoring us. We don't care about this. What we care about is the fact that they offer these services so that even those that did not have a profit would have continued for a couple of months, because they're trying to be an entrepreneur. They're trying to run their own business. Now, that last video is 3 months old, has 130,000 views, basically. So again,
it contributes for a small portion of revenue. Look at that revenue. Look at their revenue. They're trading at 15 times earnings. What is it? The revenue is $997 million is their revenue. That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. But okay, so I'm going to re-break down what you said, okay?
Okay.
All right, so Shopify, e-commerce, the Wix of e-commerce, we'll call them, because I don't fucking like them, so call them that. Look at that. Oh my God, look at that jump, though. As a stock, love that. I like that a lot. It's a pricey stock, though. That I don't like. Anyways, so Shopify.
That's true.
When it comes to your average consumer, your small-time consumer, your one-man band that wants to get involved in drop shipping, I'm sure it counts for a portion of their revenue. I would love to see a breakdown of the portion, but when I say portion,
I don't think they would allow us that.
think. Oh, they would though, and I'll tell you why. I don't think it's a large portion. So, Shopify, when it comes to the one-man band out of their house offering their services, is not, maybe, I don't know, I'm just going to say a number, and I don't know, say 2% of the revenue. And this is what I will say. The one-man band is the balloons of the car lot. The one-man band is who's watching the YouTube video. That's who gets it. 5.6 million views online. But it's holy shit, there's phone calls coming in everywhere. How'd you even get that phone number? Calling me, bro?
Is it Shopify?
No,
or is it somebody from Boeing? Listen,
it's
about
the war machine. It's my other brother from another brother. So here's the thing. I think that the small consumer base, okay, I said 2, let's call it 12%. I'll be generous. Let's call it 20%. I don't know what the percentage is. Maybe Google.
See, I
Google
like
that.
How you're being generous and it keeps going up.
Google that.
What am I Googling?
You're Googling Shopify revenue, small consumer, or first time consumer. Probably small consumer. Small consumer, they're probably going to go to another leg up. So Shopify uses the technique of Facebook, Twitter, Clubhouse is going to be using all these different. They use the general.
So large businesses specifically account for only 24% of Shopify's revenue.
Okay, no, I'm not asking that, but okay,
no.
Keep that number. But keep that number. Keep that number because that's important. We're going to come back to that number because if that's 24%, that's $250 million approximately, around there, 240, whatever, right? That's 250 million, we'll call it, right? We're going to call them $1 billion instead of the 900 and whatever million they have. We're just going to give them an even round billion, and we're going to say that 24 is 25, and that's 250 million. Okay. Now, do you got any other number?
Not yet.
I'm going to keep going. Okay, so what I believe Shopify is doing, let's say it's 25%. Let's round it up even a little bit more. The one-man band, the one and done, the guy who you said comes in and buys the service and forgets and gets charged for 2 months, or buys it and keeps it for 3 and gets charged for 4, they forgot, or whatever it is. They're 25%. But what they are is they're the ones that watch these YouTube videos. So you got a video about Shopify that has, let's see here. So we're going to do Shopify drop shipping. And we're going to look and we're going to sort by view count. And we're going to look at the most popular one. 5.6, 4.3, 1.3, 111. Okay, so we're rounding out on, we'll call it 1 million, right? So out of the 1 million that are watching this video, so once again, we're assuming, and this is just all fucking numbers in the air. I don't know shit. What do I know? You know what I mean? But we're assuming that 25% of their revenue at the best case scenario is coming from the one and done person, right? And if it is more than that, then fuck them. I don't want to touch them, because that means that eventually they're going to fucking drop through the floor. But let's say it's 25% and, you know, they're smart, because I know this. I'm smart, right? I'm a fucking dumbass. But this dumbass says that if 25% is due to the average consumer, the new person involved in Shopify that doesn't have a business, they don't have a shop, they don't have a store, they don't have, I'm not saying they don't have business doing it, because that's how business becomes business, by starting it. I am all for the person who's making fucking lawn gnomes. You know what I mean? There's somebody out there making those lawn gnomes, and that person may eventually try and set up a Shopify store, and maybe he doesn't have a store and he hasn't been selling lawn gnomes. He's just been making a couple of them, and that's his thing. However, 25% of the people are making those lawn gnomes. Out of these videos with 100 million views or 1 million views, my guess is out of that, 900,000 of those views, even 950,000 of those views, or even 975,000 of the views on this gentleman's video right here are that 25% revenue. The other, now here it is. Here's why it's important. Because the other small percentage, that 25,000 views, or that 50,000 views, or even let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say 100,000 views, that is Shopify's 50% revenue. It's the person who owns a small boutique in the middle of nowhere land, and they sell and they have revenue, and they're producing, I don't know, 300,000 a year to $1 million, somewhere in that range. They're $250,000 a year in revenue to $1 million in revenue. That is most likely making up, I mean, the spread's probably larger than that, but that's probably 30% of their revenue. Their actual 25% to 75%, so the 50%, the bulk, their key target demographic, I'm assuming with Shopify, and I could be fucking wrong, is most likely companies that are making, probably around there, probably somewhere between 500,000 to 1.5 million a year in revenue. That's my guess. That's their target demographic. It's a coffee shop. It's a small grocery store. It's a small boutique, a clothing store. It's companies like that that are successful in their region that want to set up e-commerce. That's their customer. They don't have a tech guy. They don't have a web developer. They've been quoted some crazy prices like 60,000 for web development or whatever it is, and they're slicing into that market. You remember Tom Green and Undercutter's Pizza? You never seen that? Google that sometime. Tom Green, Undercutter's Pizza. Google it. So that's what they're doing. They're coming in. They're doing Undercutter's Pizza. They're setting it up for people to be able to do it. They're grabbing this huge percentage of the American business section, which is 500,000 to 1.5 million, and that's their target client. And they're probably screwing those guys over by catering to the larger 25%, which is not Kroger because that's Instacart, but maybe Vons or whoever's their client. I don't know who their clients are. That's my guess. Is Shopify a good company? I don't know. I've never dealt with them. I have no clue. But on face value, that's my DD. That's my prediction. That's my guess. Is DD a prediction? Whatever. My bad. I'll shut up now.
DD, due diligence.
I'm going to go to the bathroom and let you respond however you want, and I'll listen to it later when I pull keywords.
Mic off.
So, excuse me. Basically, 25.8 million apps have been installed. That's a lot. With more than 80% of the merchants using third-party apps through Shopify as the source. In North America alone, there's been 552.6 billion profits made. In Asia, 831.7 billion in total e-commerce sales. So not profit, but in sales. And this was statistics from... It doesn't directly specify. It shows an estimate of what they're trying to plan for 2021, but I believe this would be in reference to like probably 2019, 2020, because this is all specifically just looking at the direct e-commerce. So again, the idea with Shopify specifically is that because it is a retail-based option that is completely online, yes, the store itself may have a storefront. Who knows? HWIN, the deli in New Jersey. It honestly could have its own Shopify store. That could be how it made the 36,000 within those 2 years, because they were selling the deli sandwiches online because they weren't open. So I'm just saying, in my opinion, in reference to a long-term investment, Shopify definitely may be one of those ones to look into. Now, again, as Jerry mentioned earlier, it is a little bit more pricier share to get this particular stock. But based off of the history, it's something that we could see a pretty good improvement in reference to what you might see as a return. Now, as always, we are not financial advisors. We do not know shit about what we are talking about. Just kidding. We have a general sense of what's going on.
We have no clue.
We definitely just can't give you direct advice because, we're not liable for whatever decisions you make. You're a grown-ass man or woman. Do your own shit. But if you want a long-term investment, not a bad thought, in my opinion. Jerry is against it, and that's fine.
I'm not against it as a stock.
No, I'm just looking as a stock.
I'm against it as a company. As a stock,
give a shit less about
the Mac Daddy says...
It's
a
like
toss, coin toss.
Did
they beat earnings? Yeah, they beat earnings substantially. Yeah, I like this. I like this. It's too fucking rich for my blood.
Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if it touches this resistance point again up here. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's a high cost share, but it's definitely, if you have the funds, it could be worth the risk.
Oh, in May. Oh, wait a minute. Liking this a little bit more. Hold on. So it's a coin toss, right? On the Mac Daddy.
But even if it was to go low, as long as you had the ability to tie up the specific amount of funds that you had in there for, a few additional months, you could still potentially break even.
Yeah. If I had to ride this for a long period of time, again, odds are it's going up, but there is a chance that this can fail. There's a chance. There's a high probability this can fail.
I don't know about high probability, but there's a possibility.
There's a larger probability of this failing than Boeing. That's for fucking damn sure. Who's going to fail first, Shopify or Boeing?
Boeing.
No way. Boeing is an American, what do you call it? It's an American institution. It's like the fucking marshmallow. It can't do without it. No, hell no. The stock may fall a little bit, but it won't fail. Shopify has the potential to fail. Shopify has the potential to MySpace on your ass.
It's not that Shopify has the potential to fail. It's the individuals that are paying for Shopify's service
Oh, no, those
have the
individuals.
potential to fail. And if those individuals fail, sure,
Shopify
they
wants
will
those
stop
individuals
using
to fail.
Shopify.
Okay,
Shopify wants those individuals to succeed because they're going to end up bringing people.
Shopify wants the small individual to fail so that they will watch YouTube videos and other things and do internet searches to raise their social clout as a company, right? They want the mid-level to do what they need to do, and that's where they get their receipts from mid-level to high level. I don't know how they charge. Are they charging monthly? Are they charging a percentage of sales?
Like $30 a month.
Is it a percentage of sales once you hit a certain mark?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look at Shopify
Again,
real quick.
not that I'm aware of. I don't know.
Let's see what their business model actually is. So we won't click their ads because I hate them, but not that much. Pricing.
Market managed.
And even though we see pricing, what we won't be able to see is, so what I'm talking about fits only this, if not higher. Only this, and if not higher, this is where the revenue is. This is advertising. These people, they want you in, but you're not their client. That's not who they care about you because you spread the word. They care about you because you watch YouTube videos from creators. Like, we could put out a Shopify video on how to set up your advanced Shopify. And where the fuck can I not do a damn side-by-side comparison of the options and features to even look at this? This is bullshit. Oh my God. This is another sign that.
So is there a plus sign that says show
conviction.
plan features right below you?
Actual.
It's right below you.
Percentage. I don't care about their sales.
It's right below you. It's a comparison.
I don't care about their fucking sales plan.
Go back. Hit back.
Shopify. What do you expect? Shopify basic cost 29 and 2. Wait. Listen. Listen, young Padawan. Listen.
Yes, I'm listening. Go back.
You read that. You click on it. You have it on your screen. I'm not clicking back.
Yes, go back.
Okay,
Click
I'm gonna
back. People need to see
copy
this.
my bad spelling. What
Now,
am I looking at?
Show and features. Now scroll down.
Why did I have to do that? Why did they hide it? Why was it hidden from me?
Oh,
see that right
goodness.
there? 2.4%. So they're a fintech company.
Okay, so not only are they getting you monthly, but they're getting you per transaction.
Who are they running the transaction through? What are they getting? They don't care about you. They care about you. They care about the small guy.
Oh, so store management tools on for the Omni mechanical features. I mean, for a brick and mortar, if you want to be able to accept the cards in the store, you're looking at like $90 a month just alone.
Look, $90 a month and 2.4% on a credit card charge is outstanding, because I don't know what Square's charging, but let's say this.
Square's still definitely straight up percentage. I don't think they do a monthly thing, but I don't know. I have to pay
something somewhere, and maybe it comes out to less. Maybe the monthly. They don't care about the monthly. Look, at the bottom, at the end of the day, if I'm running a fucking store and 2.4% plus a monthly comes out to less than 3 to 3.2% on a credit card charge, I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying, I don't care about your monthly charge versus percentage charge. I care about what the actual in and out is at the end of the quarter or whatever, right? So that 2.4%, that's nice. What's the monthly on it? 90. So the problem is you gotta add all this shit up and figure out what it actually comes out to, and that's what your actual percentage is. Now, with that being said, right? This proves my point to some degree. But I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to click the thing that I was looking for. Spelling's bad. There we go. Shopify pricing. What do you expect? Basic cost 29 and 2.9%. Plus 30% per transaction.
30
right?
cents.
30 cents. 30 cents per transaction. So it depends on what your average sale price is going to dictate what that percentage of that 30 cents is. That's going to change. If you're a little dollar store, that's 30%.
I mean, there goes your profit if you're a dollar store.
Yeah, right? So Shopify is not for you if you're a dollar store. But if you're selling Teslas, it doesn't matter, right? $79 a month, who cares? 2.6, 30% per advanced. There we go. This is what matters. This is the only one that matters. This is the end. $300 a month, 2.4%. So take the $300 out. it's going to come out to quarters of percentages in this client range, or worst case in the low end, maybe a percentage. I don't know, whatever. 2.4, so 2.4% plus 30 cents per transaction. So average transaction, depending on who their client is, call it 30. I don't know, $30. So what is that? 0.01 some shit. Plus that, so it's 2.4. It floats in between there. So that's still, I think that's still better than PayPal, but my guess is on top of this 2.4 transaction, in addition to this, you got to pay Square or PayPal. That's my guess. My guess is they're not a
Why?
fintech company because someone's got to do the transaction. That's what they're charging you per transaction for using their e-commerce platform. But in
Okay.
addition to this cost, you'll have to pay for the actual financial transaction, putting your actual transaction price to somewhere around 5 to 6%.
No. Because the point of sale, that charge for the $80 a month, that would be part of their point of sale products that they offer here.
Oh.
However, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I'm not the one that's running the business through Shopify. All I know is in
You got
reference
your
to
cat.
the stock.
Oh, come here, Sadie dog. You got your cat.
In reference to
My dog.
the stock, it's a
dog.
decent long-term investment based off what I'm looking at and what we've gone over. Now, we've definitely talked a lot about Shopify, probably too much. Shopify, if you want to sponsor us, go ahead and let us know. But you can reach us at the DD. Yeah, the due diligence. So moving on, what is the next one on today's list in reference to the earnings?
So let's see here. I had some stuff I wanted to go over that wasn't earnings, but we will look at more earnings
We'll
because
go
there
over
are
whatever.
more earnings. In general, there's a bunch of shit, but we will look at things that AVT. Oh my God, AVT. There was something else I thought of when I walked away that was
I mean, you did pull up Six Flags earlier, and I did see that. So
yeah, they already did earnings like earlier this morning.
At the close, they were down 72 cents, 1.62%. And reference to the earnings, looks like that they did have a positive earning. There was a surprise at 31.65%. For those of you that are unaware, AVT is Avnet Incorporated. Yeah, Avnet. So let's see, what's this about here real quick. So Avnet Incorporated engages in the distribution and sales of electronic components and operates through the electronic components and Farnell segments. The electronic component segments markets and sells semiconductors, interconnect, passive and electromechanical devices and integrated components. The Farnell segment involves in the distribution of electronic components and related products and electronic systems design community utilizing multi-channel sales and marketing resources. The company was founded by Charles Avnet in 1921 and is headquartered in Phoenix, Arizona. So this is one that we have touched bases on earlier in the week, and we did mention we were going to be coming back to be like, yo, what's going on with the earnings? So what's going on, Jerry?
Sorry, I'm checking text messages that are flying through here. Let's see. So earnings. They estimate was 56. They got a beat with 74, which is nice. Does that matter? I don't know if it does. And that's because historically it appears that whether they meet or beat earnings, or whether they beat earnings or they don't hit the earnings or they hit the earnings, the stock doesn't seem to care on this. And that's a little scary to me. However, it's part of the reason why I was looking at this. So this is a bit tricky. AVT is a bit tricky. One, it's Internet of Things, and I love Internet of Things. Two, I drew my lines, and I love to draw lines, right? Everyone seems to love to draw lines. Most people like to draw lines after the thing happens.
I got
like
my
to
pencil
draw
out.
them before. Grab
I
your
have
pencils.
my Apple pencil. My Apple pencil. Okay, I'm ready.
That take like a SIM card?
No,
Is there really an Apple pencil?
It's an Apple pencil. It plugs in, and I use it on my iPad.
Oh, so it's
digital
a
art.
stylus. So it's a
That's
stylus. Is that what you're telling me?
It's an Apple Pencil.
Is the Apple Pencil a stylus?
It's an Apple Pencil.
Does it work on a piece of paper?
No. Because it's an Apple Pencil.
What does it do?
It writes on my Apple device.
What is it? Oh, so it's a stylus?
No, it's an Apple Pencil.
Okay, so would you tell me what the difference between a fucking Apple Pencil is and a stylus?
It's an Apple Pencil.
The name? Is it just the name? Is it just the name? Oh, and the cost, I'm sure, as well.
Oh, the cost, yep.
Cost
you
is
got
50
it
instead of 30? 60? How much is...
Wish.
Oh my God, how much is an Apple Pencil?
So this is a Gen 1. The Gen 1 you can find probably at a good deal for maybe, if you're lucky, $90, 100 new.
Or
the
a
Gen
fucking
2
stylus?
The Gen 2 is about 130, but it's the only one that actually has, when it comes to digital art, specifically,
Oh yeah.
off subject.
Sure.
So like with your
It's a good Apple stock, bro. We're talking about this. I feel that's important. Go ahead.
When you're looking at things like a Wacom tablet and stuff like pressure sensitivity, this device is pressure sensitive. So the more you press on the actual device, the larger the actual grain appears for the image that you're actually drawing.
Oh, wait a minute.
The opacity can go down. So it has.
Can I stop you real quick? Can I stop you?
What?
So the device, you have a device and you have an object, and the object is pressing on the device. And you're telling me that the device has the ability to increase the size based off of how much pressure. Now, the device itself, is it changing physically in any way?
Yes.
The device is getting larger at the tip when you press down more?
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. That's pretty.
No,
So wait a minute. So basically, you're telling me that software-wise, you could achieve the same fucking thing with a stylus? Is that what you're telling me?
No, it's an Apple Pencil.
Well, okay, now I know that. Forget that it's an Apple Pencil. I know. Listen to me. Listen to me very carefully. I know that plants love Brawndo. I know that they do. Okay? I know. I know that if Brawndo stock falls, that all the jobs go away. I know this. However, can you let me hold on. Let me I'm gonna go over
Apple
here.
Pencil.
Yes, hold on. I'm gonna zoom in here. There we go. Can you bring that up to the screen real quick for me? Can I take a look at that?
Apple Pencil.
Okay, the tip. Can you turn the tip a little bit diagonal? No. That fucking tip to the damn microphone or the camera. Turn that son of a bitch. Turns it straight back away a little bit. There you go. Please, yes. Now put your finger on that and push on it. Does it do anything? Got a nice fine point to it. It's nice. Can you bend it? Is it plastic? Is it like a rubber type of materials on there? Oh, it comes off. Why does it come off?
This is the pressure sensitivity gauge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's a stylus with a pressure sensitivity gauge.
No. It's not a stylus.
It's a stylus.
Not a stylus. It's an Apple Pencil.
Oh my God, we're done with this. A fucking stylus for 100. How much did you say? Okay, I'm buying Apple stock.
So if you
want, fucking end of
this. If you want a Gen 1 new, they're about $100. A Gen 2 that goes with the iPad Pros, they're $130.
I do not.
Now, the main thing to keep in mind with the Gen 2s, here you go, guys. Here you go. Here's a nice advertisement. They're magnetically connecting to the side of your iPad and iPad Pros to charge while it connects magnetically. You don't have to actually plug it in. The Gen 1, you have to plug in to the device.
Holy shit, you got to plug it in?
Yeah. It's Bluetooth. Apple Pencil.
Is it standard? What's the plug-in for it? It's not a? Is it a standard iPhone jack? Can I use my iPhone charger?
Yep. No. You would plug this into like the base of your iPad, or you would use the adapter that it comes with to plug it
Yeah,
into the
I'm
charger.
saying the in. So I understand that the one adapter is going to be the C.
Yeah, it has the male to female connector. So that
No,
you
but
can
what are
plug
the
it in.
connectors? So one is USB, right?
No, Lightning.
Which is USB, right? Is Lightning
No.
USB?
No. The small one.
Okay, yeah, which is USB.
No.
What? Talking about, man? It's the small USB.
It's not called a. It's not a micro USB.
You're talking about this right here.
No.
This little small
No.
thing. Not the big
No.
one, the small one.
No. Fuck no.
What are you talking about? Okay, Lightning. All right. Lightning Apple. Lightning Apple? Lightning Apple.
You see that right there?
Oh, it's that fucking thing that my charger has.
Yes.
This
and comes with adapter.
Fucking thing
male
right
to
here.
female connector. So you plug in Apple Pencil.
Is that what that is?
And then you plug in with your phone cord to Apple Pencil to charge it. Or you just plug this right into the base of your phone or iPad and it charges it. But enough about that, because we don't need to be advertising these
Apple
products.
stock. No, we do,
I
because
got my
Apple
pencil.
stock I'm about to
I got
fucking
my
buy.
pencil.
Could they be more proprietary? Could they be more out of fucking whack with the rest of the world? I will buy the stock,
you
but
know
not
what?
yet.
They're making an Apple car. So
Yeah,
I mean,
eventually they will. I'll tell you what.
they
Anybody
already have
who
an
buys a
Apple
fucking
credit
Apple car
card.
is a moron. You might as well buy a Mini Cooper. Apple
might as
should
well buy a
buy
Tesla.
Mini Cooper. No, Tesla is great. Apple should buy Mini Cooper or Smart Car, because that's the fucking category that they belong in.
Smart
And
car,
this has worked for years, and it will work for years. But I have a feeling that one day Apple's I don't know. I give up. Never mind. It's not going to. I always think that for a moment that the general population, with the power of the internet and the information that's available to the people, will one day stand up and say, no, we're not doing with this shit anymore. It's not true. It's not going to happen. They're going to keep doing it. Apple's always going to have customers. We can't stop it. All right. What were we actually talking about? It wasn't Boeing.
We were talking about AvNet.
It was shop.
AVT.
AVT. AVT's got earnings.
Yep.
They have beat their earnings. And it does matter, because I may get into this. This does matter. It doesn't matter. Earnings don't matter. You're right.
No.
But whether they get earnings or not, it doesn't matter.
Because it's an Apple Pencil.
Fuck your pencil. Bitch. I swear to God, if it wasn't for Clubhouse, I would take that phone and throw it through the fucking wall. However, with that being said, I still
By the way,
buy.
ladies and
I
gentlemen,
still
make sure
might
you
buy
follow us on
Apple
Clubhouse.
stuff. Yes, follow us on Clubhouse and all Apple-related proprietary only things. Yay! COVID and
Quick
Apple.
disclaimer: this video is brought to you in part by Apple Pen. No, it is not.
And by the way, if this was an Apple ad, I would buy Apple. Wouldn't you? Because
I mean, yeah.
What other stylus has the pressure sensitivity gauge? I'm sorry. Whatever Apple Pencil has.
Apple Pencil or Apple capable product has that functionality.
Hey.
None of them, because Apple made it proprietary to the Apple Pencil. So even if you were to get a nice Samsung stylus,
I can't get a pressure gauge. I can't get a pressure gauge stylus.
Nope.
Because they
purchased
purchased the patent. I bet I can on Alibaba, motherfucker. Watch me.
I mean, you know what? You probably can on Alibaba, but
watch me get it from China
to work
because patents suck.
Let me get it from China. You know what? I'm just saying.
I'm saying.
But anyway, so AvNet, this is one that you're thinking that you might dive into because of the earnings,
it's not because of the earnings. I'm not doing it because of the earnings. The earnings are just a part of this, which is
give us a lowdown. Hurry up.
Okay, look at it. Look at it. That's COVID right there. That's COVID, right? And my belief is that, I mean, we've already gone over AvNet, and so I'm not going to go over why I'm looking to do in AvNet. What I will say is this, is my belief is we're going to fall within these ranges right here. And I can get in now and get out at $44.99 or get out at potential 46. And man, I could use this win. I let go of DraftKings today and caught a loss, and it hurts. It hurts my pride. It hurts everything. Hurts my pocket. Hurts
So
everything.
you got in at 60.
60.59. Yeah. And I got out. I don't know. It's somewhere. It's a loss. I lost 1.75%.
How long were you holding this stock for?
Whenever I went camping, I bought it right before I went camping. So I don't know if that's been a week or
so
2
like a
weeks.
week ago, roughly,
It's a,
maybe 2 weeks.
it's
But
almost been 2 weeks. It's passed. So I knew I was going to lose on the camping trip by about a week on what I needed to do, and I got in a few things, and I am still recuperating after that by another week. So I'm losing 2 weeks worth of gains from that
okay,
camping trip. But with that being said, I am not losing substantially on fucking anything other than Bitcoin, which I'm not either, because Bitcoin is now back to where I got in almost. So it's almost back to where I got in. So in general, I made the right play. I got into a bunch of shit that I knew, um, based off a few factors, including the Mac Daddy, it would be going down during that period and coming up now. It's just not coming up as soon as I would like it to. And DraftKings did not. The Mac Daddy shows it's going to be coming up right now, but I didn't. I lost faith today. Plus, I needed room to breathe. My entire portfolio was tied up, and if I wasn't losing, it was things that I expect gains to come in the next few days that I couldn't sell, because if I did, I'd miss out on those gains. DraftKings
fair enough.
may go up, may go down. But I don't have the faith in it. I have the faith that DraftKings is going to follow this yellow line.
But you
I do.
have the
And
potential
it
faith
hasn't.
in
I've been wrong.
Avnet, though.
Potentially, Avnet's interesting.
And I'm going to leave it
You
at
know?
potential, just because, again, we're not financial advisors. But it's a gamble that could bring you back in the good graces towards that 5% gain that you're looking for each week.
It would be something that I would need to put the money in. So it's not what would bring me to the gain. It's where, so some of the money that I place on stocks needs to give me a better return. Other money that I put in needs to keep me giving a steady small return, and this is that. Get in, maybe it dips a little bit lower, I don't know, but get in somewhere down here. It's actually pretty good. I mean, is it 43 is really nice. But I need to see what it's going to do, because what scares me is this 65 day right here. And it's not touching it. But see how it crosses it here? What happened on earnings? It lost on earnings. But it crossed that 65 right there, and then it stayed above it for a long time. It's not near crossing, but if it takes that fucking dive to cross it, I could get in at 43. Yeah, I got to get into this. I'm going to get in this tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Even if it dives a little bit down to this, I'll put a, I'm going to put, I won't put a stop loss because I'm too fucking stupid to do that, but I'll. One, because I'm pretty confident that this MACD right here, or this 65, should follow at least that path. And so, and if you take this and stretch it out, it's, how far is that? That's July. Oh, that's rough. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. So somewhere around this range, if I get in and it falls down, I don't believe it's going to dip. If it dips below this green line, it could be in trouble, like fucking a lot of trouble. If it dips below this red line, I'll probably sell it. Up to the point of the green line, and then past this, I won't sell it at the red line. I'll keep going, but it still may move. But what I want to do is I want to get in. I want to sell some off at the blue, and then the rest off in the green. That's what I'm looking at doing on this. And I will probably, now that the more I'm looking at this, we'll see. Either I'll stay up all damn night and catch it as soon as I'm able to trade and sleep the day, or I will wake up super fucking early if I go to bed early enough, which I doubt it because StarCraft. And then I'm stuck on Hero Line Wars. So what are you gonna do? But I'll wake up super early. I'll make my trade pre-market. Get in there, and it's a bit of a gamble, but and my reward is nowhere as good as my risk on this. But my risk over a period of time, I feel very comfortable with that it's gonna go back up. And we've looked at the stock, and earnings have come out, and it's beat the earnings. So even though the earnings don't matter, right, initially on it, in general they do. And when they beat estimates, stocks over the general period of time go up. So I just might have to hold it longer than I'd like to. But I'm replacing my DraftKings with it, so fuck, I was holding that. I might as well hold this. And plus, if we look at the Mac Daddy, we're probably going to see red, light red, light red, and green May 11th. Fuck. Oh. So that's like a bad estimate, or this thing fucking pops tomorrow. Technically, I should have got this during the stream or right before we started streaming. Now that I'm looking at it, I should have been looking at this damn thing instead of the stream and getting the shit together. But what are you gonna do? 4 o'clock or whatever the time is in the morning, as soon as I'm able to, which accounts are free? Yes. Okay. So I should be able to get, I think, 4 hours before open, and I'm on Central Standard Time.
Now, as a reminder, Chet, as we already stated, we're not financial advisors. I mean, take it from this perspective. He's sitting there drinking a beer and deliberating on if he wants to rank a gamble. So, yeah,
tasty,
we just
though.
like to have fun.
Tasty.
Hopefully it is. Now,
it's Trappist 10. Trappist Roche. Trappist Rochefort Belgian L.
It's obviously not nearly as tasty as the beer that I brought this past summer.
No, I'm sorry. And the beer you brought was delicious, but I'm going to show this a little closer for you. Go ahead and pick up some of that right there. This is tastier than what you brought. It's tastier than when I got. This right here is the fucking win. There's a better one, but I can't think of the name of it, and it's not Trappist. But one I truly love. But this is the go-to triple, double, quad, whatever the fuck. Anyways.
Triple, double, quad. Interesting.
My Natty Ice is my go-to. But
all right. So moving on from Avnet, I mean, the quick recap here on Avnet, though, is that it potentially looks, I don't want to say good, but it looks like it could be a good breadwinner.
It looks good. People have disagreed with me. I don't care.
Hey, you know what? So far, we're doing a little bit better than these analysts.
No,
so...
people have disagreed with me that are not analysts, that I chat back and forth with in Discord or what have you.
Oh, okay.
They have been right. I would have to say probably consistently more often than I have. I think that's true.
You should probably take that into consideration then.
I have, and I'm going to play my fucking game. What's up?
What's the next one on the list after Avnet? What are we doing?
Next on the list. All right. We're getting a bit close on time here. Are we? But what are we looking at? Podcaster. Yeah, I would like to bring up a few things. I would like to walk away from earnings for a minute. Earnings is a mess. Let's just double check real quick. There are some earnings I wanted to look at. So we're going to make a quick lightning round
be like,
of
hey, this is good earnings, this is bad earnings, this is good earnings, this is bad earnings. That's what we're going to do to go over that quick. Sure. First up,
Ford.
The Senate is now publicly traded. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, fuck. Dude, don't say that shit. You scared me. Not the publicly traded, but you said the Senate. And I'm, oh my God, I've been paying attention. What happened? All right, so Ford. Does it take a second to pop up? Is that what's happening?
Ford had
earnings. They had earnings today. Ford.
Okay, yeah, you were on the wrong one. That's why I'm like, how is that $1 something a share? $2 a share.
My bad. There we go. Wait.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. So Ford.
So.
Estimate 0.22 and they got 0.89. It's great.
That's not bad.
Oh shit. Hold on.
Doesn't.
Mic off. 5.
Yeah, the other day we were talking about silver too, and it looks like silver is kind of going up a little. Gold. Just keeping an eye on the stocks that he has on the right side there for us. Looks like XPS down, NDX down, Dow Jones down, VIX down, DXY down. All right. Hmm. 0.19% increase for Netflix. Huh. Did you guys know Netflix is running for around $506.56 a share? It dropped though. Like just on the earnings day. How was this earnings? They had a positive earnings. So the day prior to the earnings, holy shit, that's a drop. It was $554.73 a share, and it dropped down to $506.52 today. Jeez. But the earnings were back on the 21st too. So it was just the day before on the 20th is when it took a dive. Damn. Netflix is a gamble, apparently. But there was also a huge volume of the stock that came into play as well on the earnings day. So that could definitely be why it took a dive. It is all over the place. Ooh. Crazy, though. Just to see that much of a change. I don't know. So that's the only one that shows slightly positive, but it's positive for today. But overall, it's still somebody could have lost a good chunk of money on that one. Yikes. So while we're waiting for Jared to get back, though, I
Mic on.
confirm for you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe as he shows back up just in time. And as always, make sure you guys follow us on Twitter as well as Clubhouse. If you are an Apple user, Apple Pencil. Make sure you follow us on Clubhouse if you're in it. Nothing.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, we were waiting for you to go over Ford.
Yes, Ford. So Ford beats earnings, right? They do well. The Mac Daddy says it's time to shine, right? You got red. You got the red. It's been a while. This is a pretty big jump right here.
Yeah.
I'm liking Ford. Ooh, and look at that. I'm liking Ford.
Considering the cost of the share, it really might not be a bad. Might be better than Avnet.
Once again, though, keep in mind, depending on what you're working with in the market, the cost of the share doesn't matter if you consider something like Robinhood, right? And even if after you stop considering fractional shares and you consider multiple shares of stocks, it still doesn't matter. The percentage is all that matters. Now, I could be wrong, and I'm an asshole, and I don't know jack shit. But
agreed.
If I put $12.43 on a stock, and it goes up 20%, if I put $1,000 on Ford right now, and it goes up 20%, then I take that $1,000 and it becomes $1,200. If I put $1,000 right now on a share of Shopify, which is like 1,200, I think, so this doesn't work, but let's say it does. Let's say Shopify is 1,000, and it goes up 20%, then I'm at $1,200. Both plays make $200. Only difference, well, there's a few differences, but one main difference is the 1,200, I'm only getting one share, and so it's tied me up, right? The other difference is if it falls, fucked in that. Like if it falls to the floor, there it goes, right? So, but if I have $1,000 worth of Ford and it falls through the floor down to $1, if it falls 90%, I get the same loss on $1,000 in Ford as I do as $1,000 in Shopify. It's the percentages. The percentages are all that matter. The percentage rise and increase at the end of the day is all that fucking matters. What you put in is what you put in. Everyone's on a different level, but everyone will feel the same pain or glory based off of the percentages. Now, you may put in $100 and make a 20% return and see $20 and be like, well, I'm not seeing the same gain, right? But you are. You are seeing the same gain because it is relative. Relative thing. You put in 1,000, you got 200. You put in 10,000, 2,000. So on and so forth. 20% is 20%. Period. End of discussion.
Quick disclaimer as well. What's the
tomorrow.
Community? We are brought to you in part by Robinhood. No, I'm kidding. But the reason I keep bringing up these nice little ad bits is because, ladies and gentlemen, if you are out there and you guys are enjoying the content and you do want to sponsor the little guy that doesn't know shit about finances, but we're entertaining as hell, and damn, do we got the face and the voice and the asshole.
Oh, fuck you. I just saw which way you're pointing. You son of a bitch. Yeah, okay, it's true. I am an asshole.
Let us know. You just let us know. And we'll be happy to help out there. But anyways, sure. So either way, so regardless of if you're using something like Robinhood or if you're just dropping into Shopify, there really isn't a big difference either way. Either way you could lose and either way you could win. But based off the past history of Ford, looks like you generally do one big scoop of red and then two scoops of red, and then it generally has a little bit of a jump based off the Mac Daddy. Now, does that mean that's what's going to happen? No, not necessarily. However, hypothetically, based off of that, it could. And even if the jump isn't a large amount, if it's not, 20% on 1,000, it could still be, 2% on 1,000, 10% on 1,000. As we mentioned, the goal,
we need to buy Ford.
5% earning a week, and it.
Yep, I'm buying Ford.
It's a good probability over Avnet, right?
Yeah, over. I think so. Yep, I think so. Okay. All right. So Ford has a million different. There's one thing that's scaring me about Ford. I need to calm down and not. I can't do anything right now. It's 6:20. Wait, what time did market close? Is it? Can I still trade? I think I can. I think I can still trade.
4:20 p.m. for me. So
let's see real quick.
But what's as you're looking at this, what's the thing that scares you though?
The thing that scares me is I had heard. I remember hearing something about Ford stating that the semiconductor shortage is affecting their supply, which means next quarter. Sorry, I am about to get in an argument with my wife about ordering pizza, I think. I've been pushing to order a pizza for the last couple of days. So it's a weird thing, the whole COVID recovery thing. So I'm wanting to, we have not ordered a pizza since COVID. We haven't ordered one. Actually, we ordered one, but it was from a restaurant. Oh wait, okay. I need to fix this message real quick.
All right. So for those of community members that are not married like me and Jerry, we are both married. Happy wife, happy life. If you upset the wife, you will get the knife. So be very careful.
That's what it is. Okay. Yeah. So I'm trying to sell her on this, and I have been. You ever like want something, like you have a taste for something? Yesterday, I went out of the house, which I don't do very often, looking for something, and when I looked for it, oh fuck, I almost found that stupid stock again. When I looked for it, I was able to find it. I was able to get done with all the shit I needed to get done, and on the way back, I was fucking starving. But I did everything within my power to not stop by and buy some shit for food wise. Oh
Okay.
shit, hold on. Sorry. I'm make sure I don't end up accidentally tossing this on stream. There we go.
That's
Anyways,
probably
so
what you did, not
I'm trying to get my shit done. I'm starving to death, but I know that I got to get back and do some other shit that requires the computer. Probably trade, whatever
Okay.
the hell, right? And if I do that and I don't get the if I try and call in and say, "Hey, do you want some food?" If I come back with food and I don't bring food for the rest of the family, there's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? And if she
Yeah.
comes back with food, it doesn't bring food for me, there's gonna be a damn problem. Look, I didn't get like this doing nothing. You know what I mean? I like to eat, right? So,
I exercise all the time. Get that fork and knife.
there's like this place and they sell like hot dogs and shit and like Chicago
Yeah.
dogs. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds delicious. But I don't have cash and he doesn't take credit and I'd have to stop and get cash and then go there. And there's this whole thing, this whole process that has this occur. And I forgot what this is being brought up for. But the point is, I'm trying to fucking secure
Because you're trying to get a pizza.
Trying to get a pizza,
Yeah.
and it's going to turn into Thai food. Is what's going to happen because the whole thing with
Thai
COVID.
food? That is not a pizza.
I
That is-
know it's not, and this is the reason why.
So
Because
like a little goat cheese pizza? Is this what you're going for?
oh, that actually sounds pretty tasty. No, what we did with COVID is we didn't eliminate
Jeez.
everything, but we reduced our exposure. I've talked to you about this. We
Yes,
reduced
yes,
our
yes, we've
exposure
had
in
this
multiple
discussion.
different
We have
regions.
absolutely had this discussion.
Well, our first restaurant was Thai food, and it's been our only restaurant for quite some time. We've opened it up to 3 restaurants now. There's a Mexican restaurant, a Thai food restaurant, and a Chinese food restaurant. And we've had pizza, I think, once during this entire process.
What's the pizza you're attempting to push on her?
I don't want to say the name of the brand because it's pretty local to where I'm at, I think.
Okay, so
it's
let's go with this.
It's a restaurant.
Is it
like
deep dish? Is it thin crust?
No,
is
it's
it
a normal-
pineapple?
No, I don't think they have a weird thing about pineapple. Something's weird.
But does pineapple goes on pizza though, right?
I think so. Yeah, pineapple goes on pizza.
Boom!
But is this the question if pineapple goes on pizza? Yes, fucking pineapple goes on pizza. And Canadian bacon.
And Canadian bacon.
Which is
and
just ham.
cereal is cold soup.
You want to know the best pizza? Here's the best pizza. I'm going to give it to you. It's a tough one. You can't have it all the time. I'm going to give it to you, okay? Listen.
All right, I'm listening.
Pizza. Green olives. Okay? Yeah, listen to me. Green olives.
Mm.
And after that, you could throw in some black olives too. And then after the pizza's cooked, after the pizza's finished, and it's out of the fucking oven, then you slice tomato, and you put sliced tomato across the entire pizza. Not diced, sliced tomato.
You know, you had me up until you said green olive, and then I stopped listening.
Which was that pizza. That's where I had you. That's it. Try it sometime. If you don't like green olives, though, don't try it because you won't like it. If you like green olives, yeah, good. Green olives, black olives,
regular olives,
sliced
black
tomato.
Olives,
Okay, here you go. Here you go.
Sure.
Get rid of the green olives. Here you go. If you don't like green olives, this is the best pizza. A cheese pizza, a cheese pie, as they call it, out of the oven, and then sliced tomato. So the tomato will cook a little bit because it's on top of a cooked tomato, but you don't cook the fucking tomato in the pizza. You put the tomato on after, and it's not diced, it's sliced.
You want fresh tomato, okay. All right.
Yeah.
And
here it goes. Here it goes.
That it?
Yes. The argument has begun. Yes. my rebuttal, as she said no, guess what my rebuttal was? It was beautiful.
What's that?
You know, I'm like from a historic. I'm from the caveman of salesmen. Like I go way back in time. As the age, it's my rebuttal was yes. That was my rebuttal. Okay, so she doesn't like
Yeah.
that. Too salty. I told you this is gonna turn into fucking Thai food.
So
What
while
time is
you're
it?
having this discussion, what scares you about Ford? Let's get back on topic.
Sorry.
While you're trying to pull this
Fucking
shit.
call up Island Prime. Okay, so Ford.
And
What
Pineapple
scares
goes on
me about
TV.
Ford is they said that they were gonna have a problem with inventory due to
So
chip
the chip shortage.
shortages.
Okay.
And
But
so
GM
that
was saying the same thing on a couple of things that I read, and Toyota
no,
and
no.
Auto.
The thing that you read
Yep.
was not from
Yep.
GM. It was
No,
from
it's
an
from the
alternate
Onion News
source.
Network.
Yeah, exactly. It was from an alternate source. It wasn't from GM. Now it may be, and that may be the case. Extended. Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to test to make sure I can get in a Ford right
FoxBusiness.com,
now.
GM president Roos
Trying to make a fucking
says
trade
chip
here.
shortage is the worst auto supply. This was 2 days ago.
Who said that?
The GM president.
Okay, wait. Say it again. Go ahead and read that. I'm going to listen.
He said the chip shortage is the worst auto supply issue ever as sale prices rise.
Okay. That's a good excuse for lacking sales. Good. That's a good move on GM's part. I like it.
Automakers have been hoping for a normalization of supply starting this summer, but the poll of 100 industry professionals by global data found that 47% think the shortage will stretch to the end of the year, while 32% expect it to continue into 2022. Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger painted an even more dire picture during an appearance on Barron's
What date is
Roundtable.
this? What date is
This is
this?
2 days ago.
Okay.
You good with that?
Yeah,
2
go ahead.
days
Keep
ago?
going. I just want to know the date.
All right. Saying it could take 2 years to work through the issue. The microchip crisis is probably the worst crisis I've seen in the auto industry, at least in my career, in terms of supply chain. General Motors President Mark Russ, whatever the hell his last name is, told Fox Business GM has reduced the production of nearly all of its car and SUV lines to prioritize chip supply for its profitable full-size trucks, and has
Okay,
taken
I can trade. All right.
Building some pickups without all of the needed chips and storing them until the parts become available to install. Only the production of the full-size SUVs and Chevrolet Tahoe, Suburban, GMC Yukon, and Cadillac Escalade have continued at planned levels.
1240. It was 1260, so we're never going to go there. 65 is here.
But that's directly from GM. All right, guys.
So, it's fucking this. It's 1203. What is that? The post it's that was before the.
So
I'll put it a little bit lower.
Let me go over this for you here real quick, because this came in an hour ago. Now it's from a place you don't like, CNBC. Ford Motors CEO Jim Farley told Jim Cramer that the business impact of global chip shortage will reach a low in the second quarter before production rebounds later this year. We do count on a rebound of our production in the second half, he said, in a MedMoney interview, adding that 2022 is going to be an incredible year for us. Ford said it expects a global shortage of semiconductors, which hit manufacturing across various industries, to have about 2.5 billion effect in the fiscal year. So very similar to what the article with GM said as well. Ford CEO Jim Farley said, blah, 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 Wednesday, he expects the chip shortage to impact businesses. Leading, Dearborn, Michigan-based company in October, and is counting the landscape to brighten later this year. We do not count on the rebound on our production in the second half. He said, adding that 2022 is going to be an incredible year for us. Expects global shortage of semiconductors. The parts that have probably impacted about 70% or 200,000 units in the first quarter. How was Ford's earnings in the first quarter?
Take a look at that.
Let's see. Busy. Getting pizza and buying stock, guys. So
No, I haven't looked at the
Ford
damn
earning
pizza. I need to look at the
on
pizza. That's important.
quarter one, they had a 621.76 surprise. They estimated to be negative 0.07%, and they reported a gain of 0.34. So they were actually positive in the first quarter. And the second quarter report as well, just to clarify, they estimated a gain at 0.22%, and they came through at 0.89%, and they gave themselves a surprise gain of 311.65%, even with the chip shortage. So the past two quarters, including the report that came in today, has the company positive. And they expected not to be positive with this quarter specifically.
So what's your feeling on Ford? Is I'm buying Ford right now as we speak. So
I figured.
We're clear. I'm just curious what's your take on it?
Based off of, again, as I mentioned earlier, an analytical standpoint. For a guy that likes patterns, we'll go with that. When you're looking at Ford and you're looking at the Mac Daddy with Ford, you can see a pattern in its growths for spikes going up and its negatives where it goes down. Mm-hmm. Based off the Mac Daddy, this could be a good return. How much would you want to risk for that possibility? That I don't know. But as we made that discussion, if you had, say, the cost of the Shopify share, the $1,200, and you wanted to have a safer gamble, you could be looking at Ford Motor Company. Because if you go with Shopify as an example, based off of what we looked at, Shopify has been doing great, but it is one of those ones that really could just level out. And it's going to be just that flat line for a while. That is a good possibility before it goes up or down. And based off the earnings just came in today for Ford, and their volume has gone up slightly over the past 3 days from what I'm looking at as far as what's available to trade. Some people are trying to take advantage of getting rid of the stock, which is why we saw more than likely that small hit today, that minus 0.48%. But that was only a difference of 6 cents from where it originally started. So, I mean, realistically, it's not a bad judgment call, but I guess it's just gonna. How much are you willing to put on this ride based off of their climb and the Mac Daddy? So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're going to come to supply and demand, and regardless, people are always going to get new vehicles. I mean, people
have you
always
seen
vehicles, so it just
see. I don't know what Ford's doing. Have you seen the new cat? You haven't seen. I brought that up. Yeah, I don't know.
You did bring that up.
So now I got GM and Ford, and maybe that's a little bit non-diversified.
You probably should have just gotten a SPY. It's just no.
It's fucking racist. Oh my god, I'm playing racist. Jeez, look at that sell-off. Jeez, that buying. So it's due. But that's for the minute. I don't know. And see, that's that drop. That's when he's talking about they're not available. So I like that. I like that happens. So, I mean, that's 50 cents right there that I feel very comfortable with at the worst case. I feel like this is somewhere in that region. This is, I don't even want to say that. That's, where am I at? 12.0. 12.05 is where I'm at. So right there, and that's my entry right there. So
12.05 or 12.06?
12.05. Say 12.06. Too bad.
I mean, either way, it's safe. And your goal is to hit 12.41.
No, 1241 is where I know. I hate putting that in blue because normally blue is where I first begin to take profit. I feel extremely comfortable with making the 1241.
I mean, it'd be like
obviously.
Essentially like a point, almost a 3% gain if it went up to 1241. So
That's 3? Yeah, so that's good.
yeah.
So I'm very comfortable with 3%. Remember, I need to hit 5% a week overall. Right now, I'm behind a week and a fucking half on that shit. Which sucks. And it's probably a little bit more than that because Coinboys fucking ripped me, and then DKN, whatever the fucking DraftKings fucked up. So no, I'm looking at Ford. So here we go. Here's my optimism levels. We got here, right? That's actually fuck, the fucking resistance levels are right where I want to be anyway. So
in order for you to get a
taking profit,
slightly more than 5% gain off of this, if it hit 1270 instead of the 1299, you would be at technically a 5.3% gain at 1270.
I'm not afraid of Ford at all. So somewhere around there. And this is not financial advice, so we are absolutely 100% fucking clear. I'm in at 1205. I'm willing to take a loss down to 1178. I will begin to take profit at 12.99, and I'm gonna cash the fuck out around 13.64 or in between. So in between this run right here is where I plan on pulling the fucking trigger and bouncing the fuck out, and I'm hoping I could hold my breath until we hit 13.64. However, I don't have fucking all the time in the world, and so I'm probably gonna get the fuck out before that. If this thing dips down to 1178, I'm going to bounce the fuck out. And if this thing goes sideways on me and doesn't move, which I'm sure it will between this range at the very least.
We should see some changes by tomorrow at least as well. So
if it stays around here, I can always cash out at 1241, make a small 3%, and move the fuck on with my life and come back to 4.
Yeah, I mean, as mentioned, your goal is to sell in between 1364 and 1299. Even if it was the 1241 or even the 1270, you're still looking at a 3 to 5% increase. Which again, I mean, our goal as we're doing this, as the calculation that we've gone over previously, is the goal is to have that 5% gain each week. So obviously, this would only count, for that 5% if this is the only thing you invested in to start with, which hopefully isn't the case, but at the same time, it doesn't look bad.
That's when it matters. That's when it matters. Percentages, it doesn't matter how much you're investing. It's just a percentage, unless if you have a small amount or a very large amount. I think you can definitely have a small amount. I would not say if you have a larger amount to ever YOLO. That would be insane. If you had $1 million right now in the market, you would not want to YOLO all that unless you were deep fucking value and you had some serious ass cojones and you were going to run with GameStop to the fucking end, and then sure, great, you win. But in general, that strategy would lose. My son came down this evening, and says, I saw an ad on TV that says that they will tell you how to make $1 million fucking dollars. And guess what, Dad? It's free. And I was like, oh shit, sit down, boy. We got to talk. You know what I mean? Like, it's time to have that conversation that we never had. And we had that conversation. I forgot where I was going with that, but the point is,
don't be gullible.
If you had $1 million in the market and you started with $1 million,
I would invest all of it in the deli.
Yeah, you might, but odds are you're not going to. The average.
Well, you were gone earlier. I was telling them that. I was like, yeah, guys, you remember when we talked about HWIN? They got their $36,000 profit in 2 years by using Shopify and selling stuff online. They didn't even.
Oh my God, that's it. That's it. You're right. That's how it all makes sense now.
But so Ford could be good. We're gonna come back to Ford.
I fucking hope so. It better be good.
Time, because we're gonna kind of keep an eye on this one, because this is
could
one
be
that
good, my ass.
not only do we think it could turn out good, well, I have to say it could be good because we can't directly say. But all right, let me rephrase this. It's going to be good. Ford's going to be good. We're going to come back and then we're going to show you,
Ford's
bitches,
a winner.
We were right.
Yeah. Do we have? I don't know the path it's going to take to get these points, but we got the points. It's the same system I always use, other than the purple. The purple sometimes changes to a different color, but that's the whatever. But the red, the yellow, the light blue, and the green, I use the exact same system on all these charts. So if we see it again, we know it's it. All right, Ford's out of the way. What else we got?
All right.
I think we got to wrap it up.
Specific. All right.
I wanted to go over. We're going to do a quick lightning round, which I said we were going to do on earnings.
We could do about the same time as well if you're free. So that's
What's
fine.
that?
If you're free tomorrow, then we could do the same thing. So that's.
But if
fine.
we could do it earlier, where the market is still open, so I can trade the close a little better in the open. Intraday, if we could do this intraday,
it would be neat to kind of have that casting going on Ford, Well,
it would be great. It's way more exciting. Around 2 o'clock my time,
right.
It's like
this line's going this way, this line's going that way.
Yeah.
Oh, they come around the corner. Oh my God, Johnny just fell on his ass.
I don't know what you think about cotton, but I think. All right, so VUZI is, so we went over Mvis. Remember Mvis? And they had that projection system going on, right?
Yeah, that really cool projection thing. Yep, got it.
So they're into AR, which AR is the future. There's no doubt. Augmented reality, right?
SAO, got it.
So I'm big into virtual reality. I love virtual reality.
Got it.
But augmented reality is that's the reality. It's the future. Look at any sci-fi movie, right?
Is it like Deep Dive? Is it like Ready Player One? SAO type of deep dive type.
Ready Player One's pretty much all VR. I'm talking about AR, augmented reality, so you can see the world. What deep
Touch
dive?
The world.
What?
Yeah, like SAO, right?
What's SAO?
Sword Art Online.
I don't know what that is. What's that?
Oh my God, you need to watch that anime.
Oh, it's anime. I haven't watched anime since.
You will like it. Note that down. I dubbed the use of the Apple Pencil.
I don't fucking believe you because you got faith in an Apple Pencil. All right, what's it called? Sword Art
Online. SAO. Sword Art Online.
All right, I have not been very keen on.
Trust me, you will like it. And
anime for a while.
It's available in sub or dub.
I don't know.
So
you don't even know what kind of fucking anime I like. So
you're gonna want something in English. I know you're old.
My favorite animes, I think, are Ghost in the Shell and the Alchemist. What's it called?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, that and Ghost in the Shell. And I happen to like. I think they're Japanese versions, if I remember. I don't know though, because I can't fucking speak it anyways. So whether it's Chinese, Japanese, or Korean, it doesn't matter to me. I'm reading subtitles, no matter what. What? Am I wrong?
Okay.
Did I offend you? What is it?
Fine.
Oh, do you not like the shows? You don't like the shows?
No, I don't have
Am
a problem.
I showing my age?
I just have an issue with you not knowing the name of the show that you apparently like.
What show? The Alchemist show? Yeah, I like the Alchemist show. Look, I'm gonna give you directions real quick. You come on down to this road right here, and you pass by the yellow tractor. Don't worry, he's always there. You pass by the yellow tractor, you make a right there. You can see a nice hickory tree. You make a left right there.
But let me ask you this while we're on the subject: Full Metal Alchemist or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
I don't think I've seen Brotherhood. Honestly,
I'm gonna judge you a lot by this next response.
I don't think I've seen Brotherhood.
You need to watch Brotherhood.
Is it better, or is it just something that I should watch?
Way better. It actually finishes the story better.
Oh damn! Sorry, I just read the text. Wait, sorry. Say that again.
Are you getting pizza? Are you getting pizza? Is that what the Odam was about?
No, I think.
Or did she reply back?
I told you this was gonna land on Thai food at the end of the fucking day. Is where we're gonna fall. Is on Thai food. But right now, I'm pitching Mexican now. So I'm pivoting from pizza
pitch beans
to Mexican.
And we're gonna go back to augmented reality and VUZI.
Yes,
so how's VUZI doing? So
VUZI does glasses.
VUZI. Ooh, Google Glasses. That's what I'm thinking of. All right, so let's read about this here real quick. So VUZI, is it VUZI or VUZIX?
It's
VUZI.
It's VUZIX. Mm-hmm. They don't do the projection. They do the glasses. This is it.
So VUZIX Corp's is a supplier of smart glasses and augmented reality technologies and products for the consumer and enterprise markets. Its product includes personal display and wearable computing devices that offer users a portable viewing experience, provide solutions for mobility, wearable displays, and augmented reality. The firm also holds 179 patents and patents pending and numerous IP licenses in the video eyewear field. It has offices in Rochester, New York, Oxford.
I bet we can find the number.
Tokyo, Japan. The company was founded by Paul J. Travers in 1997.
Mic
and is
off.
headquartered in West Henrietta, New York. I don't know. These are goofy looking glasses, but like I was immediately thinking
Mic
of like
on.
Google glasses where they can let you see your messages. They can read a sign in a
Mic
different foreign
off.
language and then freaking translate it for you into your language and just I was thinking of helpful stuff. But what other than you being totally prioritizing the Mexican food, which is good as well. What are your thoughts on this? Like what are we looking at?
Mic on.
Say that again.
What are you looking at on this?
I'm trying to figure out. It's smart glass. It's smart glasses. So Google Glass, obviously, early innovation. They could multi-billion-dollar company can do whatever the fuck it wants, right? The Google Glasses was, say it's before its time. You can say whatever. This is the future. Okay, look. You watch sci-fi movies, right? You read sci-fi books, or you have. I got it covered.
Just continue.
Yeah, there's a cat somewhere. I don't know where it is. Sadie's on the couch, by the way. Sorry, I got a dog on the couch and a cat hiding somewhere. Anyways, so in sci-fi movies, and I believe, this is what I believe, and this is just my own belief, and it's proved to be true over the many years I've been in existence on this planet, because I'm super fucking old, right? Whatever we write down, we create. We create whatever the fuck we want. So you write it first, you think it first, it becomes a movie, it becomes a story. And if you look at all the sci-fi movies, all the sci-fi stories, over time, there are two things you'll see. Projections and holograms, right? And digital HUD display. Look at video games, man. When you play a video game, okay, can you imagine, right? So what game have you played that doesn't have a HUD? Let me rephrase that. What first-person shooter or what first-person game have you ever played that does not have a HUD?
Contra.
Contra has a HUD.
Yeah, I know. I really don't think there is one unless you're playing a game like, for instance, back when Fortnite had a game mode called Bare Bones and they got rid of the HUD. You couldn't tell how much ammo you had, couldn't look at your map, couldn't look at anything. And that was just a temporary mode just for funsies, as an example.
Right.
But otherwise, they all have HUDs.
Because why the fuck wouldn't you have a HUD, right?
I mean,
it makes no sense. It'd be stupid not to.
It's your menu. It's how you access your inventory. It's how you look at your inventory. But it's how you live.
Yeah. And so now cars, if you look at most of the new cars that are coming out, look at GM, look at Ford, look at Tesla, look at all these different companies, and look at the windshield displays, look at the actual displays that are popping up. We have HUDs coming into our lives. And why the fuck wouldn't we? One, the gamer generation is Gen X and... Oh my God, yes. It's got to be ordered. I don't know. Someone's got to order it. Someone's got to order. I got to order it.
Mic off.
The food is important, guys. Keep that in mind. Food is definitely important.
Mic on.
Someone's going to order the food. It's going to be me.
Mic off.
So I'm
Mic
reading
on.
an article.
Okay, you're live. You want to come?
On the
Come here.
blog
Come here. Come on. Come on stream. Okay, come on.
Yeah. Come
Hop
say
on stream.
hi.
Come on. Come say hi. Come say hello. If you want to be in the stream.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Just
So
so you know,
listen.
he's stealing your camera. Okay, continue.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Don't say that, dude. You're trying to get
Our
me in
old one.
real trouble. I am not stealing your
Use our old
camera.
one.
I'm not. Yeah, no, that was actually brought up. I could possibly. Actually, yes. Why is that not up?
With a
Anyways,
capture card. Yeah. All right, continue.
so here's the thing. You got heads-up displays everywhere, and why the fuck wouldn't you have a heads-up display? And these guys basically operate with heads-up displays. That's their only focus as a company, is a heads-up display. It's smart glasses. I had this conversation earlier with somebody today about smartwatches and basically how fucking stupid that is, right? So one, you can't do the projection from a smart watch, right? If I had a smartwatch on right now, it'd be fucking projecting all over the place. What, I'm gonna stand here like this and project it?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. That doesn't make sense. This will replace your phone. And if it doesn't replace your phone will be in your pocket, and this will be here. Your watch right now, they think is going to be what it's not going to. You still have to have your phone in your pocket with the watch, and you may have to have your phone in the pocket with this. But
I like it, and I want to jump in, and I want to say why. I'm reading the blog that they posted.
Way you do that.
And Gordon Ramsay is backing this.
I will ask in a second. So go ahead. I have people wanting food, so I'm ordering food. I will take orders in a moment. I am on the camera, and he is talking. Sorry to interrupt you. I will mute myself next time we get interrupted.
No, you're perfectly fine. That's it's life, guys. It's life. But Gordon Ramsay is backing this because he can see the potential benefit for less wasted food, how easy it would be to have dinner seating, how easy it is for people to order their food and not get the wrong order. Therefore, there's less waste of food in the actual kitchen, as well as when somebody comes in that's a regular, the facial recognition on these glasses would not only recognize that individual, but also have their name, have their constant regular orders, and the waiting staff would always basically be very humble, because even if it's something that you go to like once every like 6 months or something, they're going to remember your name because it's going to pop up in their smart glasses.
That's really that's smart.
So the fact that Gordon Ramsay, like in this blog, and this blog update came out yesterday,
Mic off.
by the way, and it's titled "Gordon Ramsay's Dream Comes to Life." Now I don't know if he, for instance, like directly is like supporting this, or if they're just utilizing this, but it's a smart tactic to utilize his name in this blog in reference to, you know, this is what diners can experience, but also the way they're talking about, and this is just in the food industry,
Mic on.
with an actual, critic that comes in, they can immediately share, instead of taking a picture with their phone or a camera and then loading it up, like it's immediately taking a picture from the display on their actual face with these smart glasses. As you can see, the camera lens in that, and like loading it up to your Instagram, loading up what you think in reference to that critic specific review on Google or Yelp. It really could make it super quick, easy, and painless. And most of all, absolutely something that is where the future is heading. Now, does that mean it's a good stock? Not necessarily. However, this thing has been on the rise since December, maybe even a little bit further back here. Let's take a look. So since December 11th of 2020, this stock has gone up and down, but it initially back then was around $3.79 a share at a low. It is currently right now sitting, let's take a look here, at $24.59 a share. So if you had gotten it back in December for about $3.50 a share, that is an amazing return.
Yeah, for sure.
But this company has a lot of potential growth still, just because of the specific line of tech they're working with.
Let's see what their EPS is, because that matters as well. 14. I don't know. Remember a long time ago, it used to be if you were a technology company, you got 20, 25 automatically. Like it was a given. And I'm not talking about the web bubble and all that where it was 50 and 200 and stupid numbers, but it was 14. That's fair. It's a fair valuation. So I guess on this, we are looking at May 6th. So GM and VUZI is something we're going to want to revisit around. So we got GM, I think, on May 5th on Cinco de Mayo. Let's check
Yeah, this
that
one's
real
on
quick.
May 7th, though, is the actual earning day.
Is it? So May 4th on
Or May 10th, actually, when I click on it.
yeah, May 5th. May 5th for GM.
10th. Oh,
May
for GM.
5th
I'm looking
for
at
that.
VUZI, sorry.
And so VUZI is the 10th. Is that right?
It's the 10th. Yeah, May 10th is what it says.
Yep, May 10th. So still, so we got GM coming in about a week. We got margaritas coming in about a week, and then we got VUZI coming after that. So I will probably, and we got the Mac Daddy. Look at the Mac Daddy. Look at that. Oh, that's nice, right? Is that not nice? Is that not beautiful right there? Look at that sell-off that's already occurred, and look how it's played beforehand as it rose, and then you got this large sell-off, and so maybe it plays the same way, maybe it goes up. VUZI's definitely on my list. I'm going to be paying attention to this, and it's just a matter of time. Maybe if Uber finally gets the fucking job done, I can jump out of Uber and get into, oh no, no. I hate that there's not a Control Z in this.
You
There
don't
is.
want...
There is a Control Z. By the way, if you're using TradingView, there's a Control Z, and I'm pretty sure if you are using Benzinga, the same story is going to apply. Let's double check real quick because this is information. There's that, and then I'm going to move it right there, and then I'm going to Control Z it, and it goes back. So that's really good to know. Let's go ahead and get that. Sorry, go
You
ahead.
fucking dinosaur.
What? Control Z is
anywho,
dinosaur? What the hell?
mean, there's an undo button at the top of the screen as well, anyways. So, I mean, you could have just clicked the arrow on top
is there
as well
an undo
Control
button?
skip work.
Yeah, I am a
But
dinosaur. 'Cause I don't use undo
anyways,
buttons.
I mean, the Mac Daddy has been pretty good.
It has,
The
right?
Mac Daddy has been pretty good, and if this rises, and let's say you get in on this right now, it's at about 24.59. You get into this, let's say 25. If this rises within a week or two after, assuming you want to be in it no later than that, it has the potential to meet or exceed around 32 a share, because the highest point was right around a little bit over 32. But that's assuming if it breaks even from the last highest. That's not even including if it exceeds that. But even if it doesn't, and even if it only meets it halfway, I mean, that's still going up from roughly 25 to potentially 30, maybe even 29, which still is a fair percentage in return. So, I mean, it does depend, but the company is already projecting a loss. So if they break even in reference to their projection or less, that could definitely be a plus as well in regards to seeing it continuing to go up. Previously, it looks like that we saw it drop. It looks like right before the earnings came out, every time it dropped a little bit. So waiting the next couple of days, given that we're like roughly a week away, you could potentially get it at an even better cost. And then right after the earnings, we could see it go back up. But at the same time, the Mac Daddy looks like it's just kind of projecting as if it may just be going up from here. So it's definitely one to watch in reference to when to get in and when to get out.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm definitely going to keep it on my radar. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting into it. It's another one to where even if I hate getting stuck in something and I don't want to be an investor in anything, I just want to get in. I want to get out. But if I have to be an investor in something, I believe in it. I got faith.
Fair enough.
So, if you want to give a recap Real quick, I think that is about it because I need to get a new app
Alright.
or ask the wife what app we've been using because
Ladies and gentlemen, the
see-
recap for what's
for
the
you.
due diligence? Apple
Okay. If you buy the Apple Pencil, you are helping all of the people who bought Apple stock. And for that, I salute you. But other than that, why the fuck you bought that pencil? I'm never gonna know. And
Digital
I'm
art.
not judging
You
you.
don't
Oh,
know. You're not a digital artist
I'm
either.
not a
So
okay. All right.
um
All right.
that,
I'm
that's all
not a
right.
digital artist, but
All right.
let's see here. So how do you spell digital screen pencil draw? That's good enough. Whatever the fuck. And then I'm gonna pick shopping real quick here, and then I'm gonna scoot over to what's that right there? What, just the third one. I'm just clicking on it. It took too long. What's that? What's that right there?
That was an $1,800 device, by the way, that you were
This
clicking
is
on.
$449 right here.
Do you want to know the biggest thing to keep in mind with these?
What, this right here, or
That
the?
is essentially a secondary monitor
Yeah.
with a stylus, and
Yeah.
you have to have it plugged into the computer at all times.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. Go on, sir.
My Apple Pencil hooks up to my iPad, and I don't have to have my iPad connected to a computer to use the software because I have different.
Because the iPad is a computer.
Essentially, yes.
What
But
do you
I'm
mean
just saying
essentially? It's a fucking phone. It's a computer.
more
It's
of
got a chip.
product.
Well,
It's a
what-
tablet.
It's a
not
tablet. A
computer.
tablet is a computer.
It
A
doesn't have the
phone
same
is a
Nope.
computer. They are
Nope.
the same thing.
Nope.
They're all the same thing.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Apple Pen. No. So basically recapping, I mean, we
My
went
faith
over
in
quite a bit
humanity.
in reference to the earnings today.
not
There's
a
a
good
couple
price. I
obviously
would not
that we're
buy
looking
this, by
at.
the way.
I mean, we're looking at VUZI. We're looking at. I mean, obviously the trigger's been pulled on Ford. So wish us luck. It should be good, but wish us luck anyways. And in reference to that, I mean, some companies had pretty solid earnings, but not so solid movement in reference to the stock, which, I mean, I guess it's to be expected given that the Mac Daddy didn't look too great on some of them. We were pulling them up anyways. We'll end up being back again, potentially tomorrow. As of right now, our set schedule for sure guaranteed is going to be on Mondays. And any additional stream outside of that right now is all bonus time for us so that we can really dive into everything and look at things with you guys specifically. As always, due diligence crew, if you guys have questions, please comment below. Let us know what you want to see. If you want us to go over Mvis again, if you want us to go over Tesla again, if you want us to go over HWIN again, please let us know. It's always fun, especially if we do finally find a connection between Shopify and HWIN. That would be hilarious.
Oh my god.
Otherwise, though, I mean, I think that pretty much covers, what we've gone over. Jerry's going to run away and get some food. I'm going to run away and probably stretch, considering for me, it's my family eats so fucking late. We're on a weird schedule. Anything else that you want to add to today's shenanigans?
I don't think so. I would say this. There was about 107 stocks that I think gave out earnings today. We looked at a very small number of them, and we didn't pay as much attention to earnings as someone might have expected to by looking at the video and saying, oh, these guys are looking at earnings. But I will say this. It's a WUZI, it's a fucking WUZI. Like, it's earnings, and sometimes with certain stocks, earnings are positive and the stock goes down. And sometimes with certain stocks, earnings are negative and the stock goes down. And sometimes with some stocks, earnings are positive and it tends to go down, but this time it went up. I am having an extremely hard time finding a exact pattern across the board with stock movements based off of earnings. And also I'm having a hard time finding a pattern with particular stocks on how they move across earnings. Some stocks appear to have a pattern, but then I see those patterns be broken. But maybe I'm not looking correctly. I don't know. But I will say this once again, just so we're clear. Sometimes the earnings are up and the stock is down. Sometimes the earnings is up and the stock is so earnings. It's interesting, and the small portion of time during earnings, I do not look at stocks the exact same way as I normally would, because I know that there is a change to the behavior in the volume of the stocks and the way the
Fair.
stock is traded. Is I just don't know what that fucking change is. Anyways, there you go. So, good night, folks.
Fair enough. Have a
Uh,
great evening, everyone.
cheers. And as you say, no, I'm not gonna say it. Fuck it. See ya.